Oh shit!
Power went out, and he was like, and it bounced and ricocheted.
Oh shit!
He was like, okay.
Yes, but I want tickets for life or I'm suing.
Tickets for life.
Right.
I saw that happen to Taylor. Not the mic thing, just the power went out on stage. She just talked to the audience for a second till the power came back on. It was like just the stage power gone.
Wow.
Okay, well, as you can see, our power has gone off. And give us just a second. Let us see if we can figure out what's wrong. And she just talked to the audience till they got it running again. It took like maybe a minute, and they got it back up and running. But she just talked to the audience while they were fixing it.
Wow.
She had the same.
You know, I don't know. I think she was actually getting ready to start a song when it happened. But I have no doubt, had she been in the middle of a song, she probably would have just went right back into it.
Mm.
God,
Hey, guess what? I just got a message that said Alvin is live. Oh boy, we should go watch him.
What? Well, I mean, I was just sending it to the group, but yeah,
Yes, I know.
but yeah, actually, I went live like a minute ago.
Oh, okay. Elsa!
Hey, Elsa. Hey, Raymond.
Come on! I heard the washer was bullying you today. Yes, it was.
Well, damn. And that's how, that's how, I don't know. I guess Worcester versus Trish, round 1.
That's right, round 1.
Yeah.
You think I'm in bad shape? You should see it.
Yeah. Are you saying even though you got hit on the nose, you still won the battle?
That's right. I still made it do my laundry.
Yeah, Ice Pit's queen vanquished the Worcester.
Oh yeah.
Even else was like stupid Worcester.
I know, and that's the first time it's ever happened to me. Honestly, I think that's the first time I've ever been hit right across that bone on the nose right there. Oh my God, it still hurts, and that was like 2 or 3 hours ago.
What damn the devil?
Yeah. Smooth.
Sorry.
Was it KO? Yes, it was.
Well, damn.
Oh, I know what's wrong.
What?
Right.
There we go.
Was something wrong?
Yeah, I didn't have my other light on.
Elsa asked, how's the foot then?
Oh, the foot seems to be doing great.
So you're not in crutches no more?
No. Great.
I thought so. I was like,
Oh, hey, country fan.
Country fan.
Yeah, baby.
it smells like if you take it like a diarrhea shit and then poured body wash on top of it and tried to mix it.
Ew.
That's what it smells like.
That's disgusting.
Specific, isn't it?
Wow.
Sure.
You need a bigger child, boy. You want to be sprayed? Here comes Shiloh.
Oh, look at the kitty. Hi, Shiloh.
Shiloh, what's the plan? Shiloh wanting attention again.
He likes to make his nightly appearance on camera, you know.
Oh, really?
Think about trimming.
If a Raymond's like, meow. What's a big idea?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, country fan. How you doing? Doing better if I could quit hurting myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised that you haven't hurt yourself again.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I was just like, Shiloh wants to be a YouTube star.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Glad to hear it, country fan.
Yeah, Elsa, you should get yourself a cat like Shiloh. Shiloh, what's a big idea? Elsa said, no thanks, no animals allowed in this house. What damn? So has anyone bothered you today? Or...
No.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
No, but don't worry. It should start any minute now.
Well, damn. So you all ready for tomorrow's review?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. See, that was actually another question because I mean I know that you've already listened to Garth's album Gunslinger before, but I just didn't know how much you were prepared for tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, especially not cats. They do their business anywhere they want. Nothing smells worse than cat poop and pee. That was funny. That was funny, Elsa. You crazy frozen gal. What?
Yes, Elsa, I am. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even I was surprised about, I guess, how your morning started, I guess.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
Yeah. So when you fell...
Doing much better now.
Okay. But, so yeah, so when you fell asleep, I guess yesterday, did you like sleep all the way to like just this morning? Or...
Till like, I don't know, 4:30 this morning, I think.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what I figured. I figured you had fell asleep. I mean, so I guess I was right. I mean, I even said that in my stream last night. So So did you watch on my stream last night? Or?
Yes, when I got up this morning, I watched the stream.
Okay. Yeah. Elsa, that's good news. I was gonna kick that person's butt. But yeah, Elsa, did you ever get a chance to see those watch those episodes that I sent you last night? Because I had sent Elsa a couple of the episodes I talked about from the show Web of Lies last night as well. Because I mean, because I actually really caught Elsa's curiosity. I mean, even I was trying to describe the episodes as best as I guess with like the real stories behind each episode the best I could. So, yes, I watched all 3 episodes.
He's here.
What? It was like no reason to become violent. But yeah, Elsa, what did you think? I mean, of the episodes. I mean, I know a couple of them were just really like creepy and crazy, like what happened. But then, I mean, the episode about the 13-year-old girl who committed suicide. Now that one was really sad and emotional. Like even when I watched it the first time, like 3 years ago when I discovered the show, I was like, oh my god, like what the hell? I said, but I didn't have time to watch that paranormal thing I sent you, and there was no chance in hell I was going to watch it at night. Yeah, that reminds me, Trish. Guess what? Right after I ended my stream last night, Elsa then sent me a link to another video on YouTube, and apparently it was the video that was going to play right after mine, right after my stream ended, and it was like a paranormal video, like a paranormal show. I guess since I was talking about Web of Lies, there was I don't know, somehow in YouTube system it decided to play some documentary, but it was like complete opposite. Instead of like just like based on true stories about like what like the internet and stuff, it was like a paranormal video, and you know how Elsa doesn't like horror movies.
Oh yeah, she said my jaw was literally open the whole time. Oh
yeah, my jaw was literally open the whole time. About the paranormal thing, or about the about one of the episodes that I sent you, Elsa. Because even I mean, I don't know. It's just when you watch an episode of Web of Lies, it's like it actually will catch your interest so much that you're actually curious, like about other episodes. So it's almost like you get hooked. Like it's one of those documentaries that you just want to find out what happens next, or wonder what else happened in the world of the internet.
Saturday, November 16th. So your chance to be part of history. Garth Brooks at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. Rain or shine. Tickets go on sale Thursday.
Okay, Elsa, and
Central. One price.
I guess see you in a minute, then Raymond, or a few minutes. Yeah. But I'm glad you liked him, Elsa. Maybe you'll like some of the episodes to talk about tonight. And if you're curious enough, I'll probably send you a couple of the episodes, or I may even post them in the fan club this time.
Knoxville, rain or shine.
Stop it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was wondering, everything okay?
Yeah, that was my phone.
Oh. Especially that catfish one. That guy was crazy to think he had the right to hurt that innocent woman who didn't even do anything to him. Yeah, I know, right? That was bizarre. Crazy. Mm. Mm. But yeah, the episode that you're talking about, Elsa, that was pretty much the very first episode I ever saw of Web of Lies back in 2016, and I guess you could kind of say that that was the episode that kind of caught my curiosity. I was like, I got to see more episodes of the show. Hmm. Hey, what, Robert?
Robert!
Damn it! Thanks for letting me know you're live, bunch of jerks. LOL.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Robert. I never even thought about it because he's streaming and I'm just in there with him.
Oh.
You have to kind of message Robert on Skype when you go live.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just posted in the fan. I didn't know I needed to message Robert personally or anything. Why is Robert not in the group or?
I think he's got it muted because people kept posting shit in it.
Oh, okay.
Hang on just a minute, Country Ben, and I'll let you know. I knocked my sense out a while ago.
Well,
Yes, I did see that. I hope you're feeling better now. Yes, I am feeling much better. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that, and thanks to you, not only did I read the article, I also updated the Taylor Swift website and the Taylor Swift message board that I run.
Oh,
And the fans truly appreciate that.
yeah. Oh, did you see the thing that I posted in the fan club? Or actually, I posted it as soon as Taylor posted it, but about the magazine cover.
Oh,
About just
yeah. Yes,
yeah.
and thank you for sharing that because I also updated the site with that information and
yeah.
the message board as well.
Okay, the Rolling Stone interview. But yeah. But yeah, to be honest, now that I think about it, there's been breaking Taylor news every day for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, the breaking news was that she's joining The Voice. And then yesterday, the breaking news was she announced like her Lover Tour or Lover Tour dates and stuff, the Lover Fest. And then today, the breaking news was that she's on the cover of the October issue of Rolling Stone, and she did an interview with them. Elsa said, "Me and Robert sure as hell don't appreciate it." That's funny.
No, Robert. I mean, you can ask, but I'm not going to tell you.
Oh. Well, damn.
You're like, oh, okay, Country Ben.
Well, damn, Elsa. I thought you wanted to know everything that goes on in the world of Taylor.
I'm sorry, I just saw her comment. I'm
What?
sorry, I'm a little distracted.
Oh, when she said me and Robert sure as hell don't appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Right. Tell me now. No.
Tell me now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I feel like Rob was like, I'm going to get you, Trish. Tell me now.
Got a sneezing tooth. Got a snoot.
No, I'm going to have to leave for a minute, but I shall return.
Okay. What, are you serious, Alvin? You should know me by now. Yeah, I do, Elsa, but you know me and Trish love to mess with you sometimes. Because we know how much you can't stand Taylor. Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. That's funny. But yeah, I'll probably be start talking about the other episodes that made my list when Trish gets back. If she's all right with it, because I'm kind of wanting to get her take as well. That was actually another reason why I guess you could say I felt a little bit bummed that Trish wasn't here last night when I was talking about the 3 episodes that I did. Because I was curious because I kind of like would like her intake as well, like if she had been in that situation or if she knew someone was in the situation, like what would her reaction be? That's it. I mean, because that was actually another reason why I even loved even though you were like really like curious and even like some things you said is just I guess you could say I kind of wanted to have this conversation with you guys about this show and bring more attention and detail to more exposure to this show. So yeah, so I thought it was a very interesting conversation to have. That was it. Oh, good. As long as you know that, then it's all good. Unless you think I'm actually serious, I'll say, and that I really do want you to listen to Taylor Swift. Damn the devil. Trying to see. But damn you, I can't tell if you're serious. Can you not hear me, or can you hear me? Or are you just saying you can't hear me when I say this? Robert said, "Sorry, I missed last night's stream, Alvin. We had some family drama yesterday." Oh, that's all right, Robert. Maybe Raymond's like Taylor. I said, "No, I can hear you loud and clear, but not when you tell me to listen to Taylor." Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because I didn't know if something was wrong with like my mic or what. Because that's why I was messing with my camera. Make sure. Because I felt like I kept getting blurry. Something. Ah, ha, ha. Yeah, Raymond has baby Curry and his mama. But even Elsa's like, I can't hear you either, Raymond. As stuff that, well, I don't know if you noticed, Elsa, but I didn't even highlight your comment, like your comments at all yesterday, last night. So I thought I'd do it at least once tonight, unless you want me to do it again. Raymond's like, they both uptight. Uh, I guess Trish really is businessman. Damn the Daffy Demon. It's because we never mentioned Taylor last night. Oh yeah, wasn't that interesting? We didn't even mention Taylor, or except for when a country fan asked me if I loved the thing that he sent me, and then you guessed it was Taylor. I mean, I think you said something like, "Let me guess, was it Taylor?" or something, and you guessed it right on the money, Elsa. I was just like, are they home yet from the hospital? And Rob was like, who's in the hospital? I was like, came home just after midnight. Yeah, that's good news, Raymond. Yes, it is. Like, I would start talking about what I was going to be talking about tonight, like to continue my top 10 list of my favorite Web of Lies episodes, but I don't know if I should like start talking about it before Trish gets back or not. But I don't, because I don't even know how long Trish can be live tonight. I mean, I'll probably be live for at least 2 to 3 hours again, if that's all right with you guys. If you guys can last and hang in there with me and put up with me for that long. I was like, why did I put a question mark at the end of that last sentence? Dumb woman. Hmm. I was like, hang out all night. Yeah, welcome back, Trish.
Sorry for that interruption.
Ow. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just won't tell you when I order your nasty CD.
Your nasty CD. I was like, LMAO, and Elsa's like, LOL.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah. So you're really busy tonight, Trish, or?
No, not too busy. Why?
Oh, okay. Oh, I was just curious how long that you. I mean, plan on like I guess live streaming with me tonight, or if you can only stay for a little bit, or what?
Well, there is a chance that I'm gonna have to run out to the store,
Oh, okay.
but I always come back.
Oh yeah, I know. But yeah, I just thought I like in the next few minutes I'll probably start talking about. I mean the show again, and because I'm curious, I would like to get your take on some of the
Okay.
stories I talk about tonight.
Okay.
I like how Robert referred to the Taylor Deluxe Edition CD as your nasty CD with the like five pukies, like pukey faces. Yeah. I was just like, did someone hurt themselves again, and you had to go save the day?
No, that was just some personal business. Personal business that I needed to take care of. Damn, I broke all my coffee. Okay, yeah, that's not a good idea.
What? Oh.
Spinning around that fast.
Oh wow, got you dizzy?
No, not necessarily dizzy. It just hurt.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Nose injuries are fragile things, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. Like the slightest touch could just.
Oh my God, I know it's killing me just having my glasses on.
Yeah.
Which is why you keep seeing me do this. Oh God.
Yeah. Rose says, Tristan, I still have to get to Walmart to put the money on my card. We had some family drama last night when I was going to go.
Okay, that's all right. Is everything okay, Robert?
What you going to buy me from the store, Trish? Raymond's probably like, bring me back a candy bar or something. I don't know. What the hell?
Said the road. Shit. A woman picked him up. Okay.
Took them to school.
School. Okay, good.
Okay, I was about to say, wow. I said, don't talk about food at this hour of the morning. Oh yeah, I started talking about food last night before I ended my stream, and then Elsa was like, "I'm hungry too, but I can't eat for another few hours." And I asked why, and I guess apparently it's because she doesn't eat at like 4 in the morning.
Oh wow! You had to punch him out?
What? And then he tried to get testy with my mom, so I had to punch him. Oh my god! I mean, I know you said family.
Do these people not know you never mess with somebody's mama?
Yeah. Yeah, like I know you get, like everybody has family drama now and then, but I didn't know that your family drama can get that violent sometimes. I mean, although like even things like that probably happen in my family as well.
Nice. Way to go, Robert.
Yeah, Elsa's like, Robert to the rescue.
That's right.
He was screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs. It had to be done. But that's what Robert said.
Well, he's getting all testy with your mom. He deserved it. No sense in that.
Yeah, nobody messes with anybody's mommy.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants a mother to yell at, let him go yell at mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like your relationship with your mom is like you're not close to your mom at all. You don't even care.
Non-existent, yes.
Yeah, it's all like non-existent that you don't care who yells at your mom.
Somebody yells at her, it's probably because she brought it on herself.
Yeah.
Cussing at her and my sister, talking about this and that. Oh!
But
hell
damn,
no.
F this and F that. Wow. Sounds like some drama that goes on in my family sometimes. Especially my dad's side of the family. That's one reason why, believe it or not, my sisters and I hardly have any, I guess you could say, relationships or contact with like hardly anybody on my dad's side of the family. Because I don't know, there's always like some people that you just feel are very toxic to be around that you just kind of cut them out of your life.
Yeah.
So even you know people like that.
Yeah.
Because even you say that you don't even have like family like get-togethers every Christmas or anything like that around the holidays.
No.
So
I'll get that this week and put the money on my card and order your CD. Oh, okay, Robert.
oh, that's awesome, Robert. Even else is like Robert Balboa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. That was funny. Raymond's like, I wish we had family get-togethers. Like, there's a lot of drama going on lately. Like, not just like in like families, well, I guess in families in general. But I didn't know if you knew about this, Trish. But did you know that pop star Aaron Carter actually filed a restraining order against Nick Carter, his own brother?
No, I did not know that.
And Nick Carter is one of the members of the Backstreet Boys, and so I was like, oh my god, there's a lot of family drama there. Like, even because I saw Aaron Carter's tweet like yesterday on Twitter, and he actually said that we're done for life, or something like he's done with his brother for life. So
wow.
I'm wondering what kind of family drama Aaron Carter and Nick Carter are having right now.
I don't know.
But that's crazy. But someone had actually kind of made a joke or comment saying when Hillary Duff and Lindsay Lohan see all the news about Aaron Carter being a psycho and how they dodged a bullet, like we knew, because I mean Hillary Duff and Lindsay Lohan dated Aaron Carter back when they were teenagers. So
now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Hey Alvin, do you still watch McJuggernuggets? Oh, yes I do. Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's actually, I don't know, like it could be a series because everything McJuggernuggets does really is like a series. But apparently Jesse is having a drama with his brother right now too, like Jeffrey. So I mean, but they're putting it out on YouTube, which makes me think that it's a series. Like, why would they put all the family drama actually like out in the open for everybody to see?
Yeah.
But even Rob was like, "Have you seen the drama with him and his brother?" Yeah, they're each trying to like expose each other. Like Jeffrey's trying to expose Jesse as still being like fake and still doing fake videos, and then Jesse is basically claiming that Jeffrey's just trying to leech off of him or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's crazy, but so that's the thing. Like, that's what it bring me up when you said, Robert, you were having family drama, and then I see what's going on between Aaron Carter and Nick Carter, and then what's happening between McJuggernuggets and his brother, and I'm like, everybody's having family drama lately.
Oh, wow. I don't really think this is a series. His brother looks pissed to me. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I don't really think this is a series his brother looks pissed. Okay, well maybe it could. I mean, like that's the thing. It's really hard to tell what is a series and what's not when it comes to McJoker Nuggets because he's made himself known as a storyteller on YouTube. That he's always doing series and stuff. Like, so do you feel like it really is hard to tell when Jesse is being real?
Yeah.
So, it's like the only time you have to see your family is at funerals.
Yeah.
Actually, that's happened to my family several years ago. We luckily started doing family get-togethers again a few years ago after my mom passed away. I was like, if it is Jeffrey is a damn good actor. Yeah, I used to say that about Jesse, that Jesse's a good actor, and I'm surprised he's not like a famous Hollywood actor yet. But Jeffrey really is like stepping out into his own if this is all series. Yeah. Hope you're okay, Trish.
Yeah, I'm all right. It just hurts.
Yeah. But damn.
Well, who would expect that? How many loads of laundry have I done in my life and nothing happened?
Yeah. 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 Yeah, like that's crazy. Well, to be honest, I don't think I've known anyone else who's done anything like that. Like, I mean, there's been clumsy people in my family, but
yeah, well, leave it to me.
Yeah. Not to mention, you always catch. I mean, you sometimes catch your hair on fire as well. Sometimes
this is true. This is very true.
Like, do you know anyone else who catches their hair on fire sometimes?
No, not personally.
So is it just a Trish thing or an Ice Pitch?
Apparently so.
Wow. Elsa's like, there's always a first time. That's true, Elsa. There's a first time for everything. And a last time for everything as well, believe it or not. So.
First time for everything.
I knew that would make you think of the song, Trish.
Oh, yeah.
Robert said, it'll hurt worse when you get your nasty Taylor CD, LOL. Yeah, especially because with all the excitement that she's going to do.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be really lucky if I don't have 2 black eyes tomorrow.
Damn. And then you're going to blame it on Rabbit.
Yes. If anybody asks me what happened, I'm going to say he got out of line and I tried to ground him and he just popped me.
Yeah. I was like, that Taylor CD.
Hey, welcome back, Country Fan.
Yeah. Oh, welcome back, Country Fan. And I was like, that Taylor CD will hurt your ears and your brain cells. Elsa is too funny. And there goes Elsa being highlighted once again.
That's what I meant by that, Elsa.
That's what I meant by that, Elsa. Yeah, baby. But yeah, if you don't mind, I could get started talking about what I was going to talk about tonight.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay. So I started my top 10 list of what I believe are my top 10, I guess, favorite Web of Lies episodes, which is a documentary series on this channel called Investigation Discovery. But I actually randomly found it by chance or by accident like 3 years ago because I don't even watch TV. But I saw one episode and I talked about one of those episodes last night. I've already done through like from 10 through 8. But number 7 on my list is an episode called Online Education. And this is another episode. I mean, I think that you may even like Elsa, and even you may be curious, Trish, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about this story, and this story actually happened in like 2013 or so. But basically, long story short, it was about this university professor that he works at a university in Texas, and he was basically, I guess you could say he kind of has like a secret double life that he even keeps the secret from his wife and kids, because he's actually married, and I mean he's married with 2 kids, and both of his kids actually have autism, so they require like special care and stuff like that. But he works he's a professor at a college or at a university, and he's always like on his phone. Sometimes he's on his laptop, and I guess. Oh what? Oh, did you like how he played the?
Go ahead. I was just answering Robert.
I was just curious what Robert was talking. I was gonna take your hands off the mouse, Alvin. I guess about me, I like no comment, but yeah, basically, whenever I guess whenever he's not doing like his work for his university and stuff, this professor, his name is Professor Ani, and he would sometimes go on like porn sites or porn chat sites and stuff, and try to I guess like talking to people like on his spare time, even though he's married with kids. And one time he even told his wife that he was going to a library, and or like in another town or something, and he did anything but go to the library or something. Like he actually went to a bar, and he ended up sleeping with a man.
Oh shit!
And the thing is, it even kind of grossed him out because he didn't know that, he didn't think he was gay or something or whatever. But he felt so much guilt when he came back home. He even confessed it to his wife, and even his wife was wanting to just leave him right then and there. But then but I guess they tried to work it out. Even though she's confused, like, what do you mean you slept with a man? Or you went to bed with a man or something, and but then he gets diagnosed with cancer, like the professor, and I guess it was all contained in his like prostate, because he had like a prostate exam or something, and so the cancer was actually taken out, and then he was like cancer free. Oh, I bet Elsa, like, and I haven't really got to the crazy stuff about this whole story because he starts chatting online in this one group. I guess, I don't know if it's a dating site or what exactly it is, but he starts talking to this girl who claims she's 16, and she's a transgender girl. And her and Professor Arning, they start kind of talking more about like sexual wise, and they even sent like a couple of nudes to each other, like I don't know, it gets really crazy. But what makes the story even crazier is within a few days of chatting with this girl, I think trying to find out what exactly her name was. I think it was like Catherine or something like that, but she was a transgender girl. And anyway, within a few days or a week or so, he actually gets a call. He actually gets a call on the phone. Like, someone actually calls him, and apparently it's the girl's father. And he's like, listen to me, you perv. Stop talking to my daughter. She's only 16.
Oh shit!
And the thing is, and then he says things like she needs therapy, and guess what? You're gonna pay for it. And so then he basically tells Professor Arnie that he needs to send him like $5,000 for his daughter's therapy. Otherwise, he's going to expose the professor on all over the internet, and and he would tell like the university, the police, pretty much like FBI, everybody that he's a pedophile and a pervert, and that and he would lose his job and go to jail, stuff like that, and just keeps making these threats. But I'm wondering, just from what I told you so far, Trish, what do you think about this story so far? Do you think that this guy really is this girl's father, or do you think he's trying to scam him out of money or something?
Well, my first thought would be, no, he's trying to scam him, because if that really was her dad, he'd be trying to find him and beat the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah?
Or have him arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, even else is like, oh no, he's blackmailing him. Well, that's basically where the story is pretty much leading. I mean, but the thing is, Professor Ani believes the whole story and is actually scared for his life and is trying to. He even sends this guy their house payment, like for him and his wife, like, or at least, I mean, because he's like, you have to the end of the month to send me this money, and like he's sending little by little, but Professor Ani's like scared. He's actually scared, like, oh shit, I'm in deep trouble. I got this money. I can't be found out or something. And I mean, because he doesn't want to risk losing his high-paying job, and like, I mean, and he's also kind of like I guess, kind of a role model to some of the students at the university, but. Robin said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you in Alvin that the iHeart Radio Festival will be live streamed on CWTV.com this Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern time each night." I was like, and let me guess, that wasn't even really a 16-year-old girl. That's cool, Robert. Two of my faves are performing on that festival. Oh, that's awesome, Elsa. Well, set your alarm and watch it. But yeah, it gets crazy because this guy won't leave him alone. I mean, won't leave Professor Ani alone, and he's having trouble like getting the money and everything because he's still like so many hundreds, thousands of dollars short. Because I mean, he's basically asking him for $5,000 and everything. Professor Ani starts becoming suicidal and starts thinking about like just killing himself. He even texts the guy saying that he went to like the top of a building or something and was gonna jump, and he said he was at some parking garage and he was like, "I'm here to kill myself, and you will be you'll be found out and arrested," or something about the guy that was blackmailing him or something. But he thought the only way out was to kill himself.
Yeah.
His first suicide attempt, his wife actually gets to him in time and was like, "What's going on? Like, why?" And even he confesses to his wife what's going on about that he's being blackmailed, but he's also like scared that this is all real, that this really is the girl's father, and he just pissed off the wrong guy or something. But let's just say that it pretty much ends with Professor Ani he does kill himself, and even when the police arrive to his wife's door, even she's like no. Like, oh no, it just becomes really emotional, really sad and everything. But then they want to track down the guy that was responsible. Like, where was Professor Ani sending the money to begin with?
Yeah.
And I even looked up the article. There's an article on ABC News about it that was posted in March of 2013. And it says, Texas professor suicide came after sending text to alleged sex scammer. And it says, Professor Ani had texted him, "Killing myself now and you will be prosecuted for blackmail," Ani wrote. He pressed the send button 1 minute before he jumped to his death on January 8th, 2013, according to a federal complaint. The man who authorities said received that text message, his name is Daniel Duplazier, who's 37, and what they found out about him is he really was he really was like scamming the guy and blackmailing the guy. And in fact, I think he was the guy that even Professor Arnie was originally talking to. Professor Arnie was never really talking to his daughter, but yet he actually does have a daughter, and he actually took provocative photos of his own daughter and sent them to Daniel. Professor Arnie. So this guy is a pedophile himself, pretty much, or whatever.
Yes.
Not to mention it's his own daughter, so he's not just a pedophile. He's he's into incest and stuff. But like that's just really sick in the head. But yeah, Professor Arnie was I think he was 59 at the time. Yeah, Arnie was a married father of 2 sons. And he took the bait, believing he was conversing with a girl named, her name was Karen McCall. Apparently, according to communications detailed in the complaint. And in December, the professor received his first communication from Duplaisir, who authorities said posed as the girl's angry father who had discovered the affair. According to the complaint, Duplaisir demanded $5,000 to pay for his daughter's counseling and a computer he said he had broken to keep her off the internet. If Arnie didn't pay, he said he would contact Texas A&M University and authorities. I answered and said I would do whatever he wanted. I sent him $1,000 and then promised more in January. Arnie wrote in an email sent to the address for Karen McCarr, according to the complaint. But yeah, isn't that just crazy? And
yes, it is.
Like, so this is one of the craziest stories. And this episode was also from season 2. Season 2 of the show Web of Lies. So, like, I don't know if you'd want to watch it, Trish. But I could send send you the link if you're curious about the episode. Because they do have reenactments, because they do have actors to play the parts of the people involved. Yeah, even it was like that guy should have deleted his account. It was like, oh crap, so he did commit suicide. That is just creepy. Incest equals pukey. People are just too gullible. Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, this episode, it just, in my opinion, is one of the most memorable episodes of the show, especially when it ended, or just even the whole conversations, because this guy, Daniel Duplaisir, who was pretty much blackmailing Professor Arnie, was just not right in the head. But that shows you that you can be scammed so bad, that it messes with you mentally, that you actually become suicidal because of it. The internet can actually be a trigger for your own suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I guess that's why they say don't read the comments, or don't associate with toxic people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Alvin, I have to ask, because I don't remember if you said this or not, but is this on Netflix?
I don't think so.
Okay. Where are you watching it at?
It's on a website called Dailymotion. It's kind of like YouTube a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been on Dailymotion.
Okay. Where they got episodes of it on there. I could possibly find, if I could find it on other websites, because it is, some websites do have this show. It's just, I really wish it would come to Netflix. This show really needs to be on Netflix, because that's why I was wanting to bring it more attention, more exposure, because it's currently on its 6th season, which reminds me, I actually got caught up again because they aired a new episode just last night, and so I managed to find that and watch the newest episode, because so they've had 9 episodes so far of season 6, and I think there's at least going to be one more, which will be airing next week. Yeah. Also, I dare someone to try and scam me. But yeah, so would you say that I've caught your curiosity, Trish, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there's twists and turns in that. Are they like that in all of them, Alvin?
Yeah. They even tell the stories. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to go off of how the story kind of portrays throughout the episodes. but they would literally tell the story. I mean, like, even though it's based on true stories, they would literally tell the story as if it was like a movie or a show or something. So when you get to a certain point of the episode, it's like a twist and a turn. Like, oh my god, like there's always some kind of like plot twist at the end, even though it's based on real events. Like, this really did happen.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have got to get into the show. I have got to.
Okay.
I watched your stream when I finally woke up this morning. I watched your stream and I thought, oh my god, this is fascinating. Why have I never heard of this? Oh my god, where the hell do I find it?
Yeah.
And just listening to you talk about this first one here tonight, I'm just like, oh my god, I have got to see this.
Yeah. But yeah, the reason why I was talking, I guess, so fast and trying to get everything out is because, I mean, I don't want to drag the stream on for too long, and but that's one reason why I'm offering to pretty much, I mean, send you episodes, even any of the episodes I talk about tonight. I mean, the episodes I actually put on my list are pretty much episodes you could probably find on Dailymotion.
Better than some of the documentaries I've seen. Wow.
Oh well, the reenactments on these are better than some other documentaries. Yeah, that's why they're really believable. That's one reason why I'm wondering, how are they getting these, or how are they finding these actors? Like, actors that are willing to portray real life situations that really happen and made the news and stuff. Like, hey Jerry. Jerry finally showed up. But yeah, Elsa, I'm glad you liked the reenactments. I mean, I wasn't sure if you would think the acting was terrible or what. That's what kept me intrigued. It's like, this is like, it's almost like they give you a really visual experience of what this real life situation probably looked like in real time or in real life. Hey, Trish and Alvin, doing good.
Yeah, doing all right.
Yeah. I don't know if Jerry knows about your accident today.
Oh, dear God.
Wow. Yeah. Elsa, it must be fascinating to you, Trish, because you were harassed before online a few times, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Didn't you actually make a video saying you thought you had to quit live streaming or quit YouTube at one time?
Yeah, that was like a year or two ago because I had an online stalker.
Yeah. So did that get taken care of, or?
Well, he finally just left me alone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jerry's like, oh no, what happened? Elsa. Just like Jerry. Wow. But yeah, I actually thought it would be fascinating to you too, Elsa, because you haven't talked about documentaries or you like things that, or you liked watching movies that were based on true stories or true events. So I thought, well, this is something that you would probably like. I mean, even though it's a documentary, I mean, it has reenactments that it does give you the viewing experience that you think that you're watching a movie. Like, some of these stories, even though they're based true stories, true events, it's almost like watching a really good, like, Lifetime movie, and that's doing it loosely because Lifetime usually has some crappy movies. But I was like, that's what I mean. I saw that video. You have almost quitting YouTube. Yeah, that actually scared me for a minute when you posted that video like a year or two ago. But you thought you had to quit YouTube. I thought maybe it was because of financial reasons. I didn't know that you actually had like an online stalker or anything.
No, the one I'm talking about is I actually gave a reason in the video.
Okay.
Or at least I think I did, of why I may have to quit, because it was just that bad. I mean, the guy was starting to scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And I was literally almost in tears.
Yeah. Wow. That's just crazy. Well, luckily he finally left you alone. I mean, do you know who he was, or he wasn't one of those Kegden Kojos, was he? Or
no, I mean, he was friendly to start with.
Yeah.
It was this whole big story. I'd rather not drudge it up, but
Okay.
no, he just left me alone.
Okay. So you're just thankful that he left you alone.
I like true stories. Yes.
Yeah, it's like I said before. It was the same with me. That's the reason when I was watching the show, I got into it. I was like, "This is definitely a show my mom would have liked."
Oh, geez.
I had an online stalker for a while. Would post pictures of me with satanic rituals. Wow. I was just like, "Damn, Jerry."
Yeah, good question. What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do? Like, just supported the account and it vanished, or that's what Jerry just said.
What was the
Yeah, what was the accident? I feel like you're trying to avoid it, talking about it again.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry, my foot finally got better. Yay, or at least I think it did. So, yay. Okay, now today, you would think this would not be a dangerous thing, but I was doing laundry.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was putting the clothes in the washer,
Yeah.
and the lid came down and caught me right there on the bridge of the nose. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And yes, it still hurts.
Yeah. God damn. Prone accident ice pits queen.
Accident prone. Yes, I am.
Accident prone.
Yikes. Yeah, that's similar to what I said.
Yeah, so did you throw a few F-bombs?
No, but probably because I was able to hold my tongue with a 10-year-old standing there.
Oh. Oh, wow. So it actually happened in front of a kid. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever something happens to like an adult in front of a kid, it's like you got to refrain from cussing or saying certain words. Yeah. Wow. I was at Disney for a few days, and I have a grape-sized blister on my foot now.
Ooh.
Wow. I want to be able to hold it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was more the shock of what had happened that caused me to hold it in. I kind of went into shock for a second, and I wasn't wearing my glasses when it happened, thank God.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, God.
Damn. So is that why you immediately, like, I mean, when you could, like, compose yourself, is that when you, like, posted it in the fan club or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
It just happened just like a few minutes before that. And when I could finally see,
Yeah.
breathe again,
Yeah.
I posted in the fan club 5, 6, 7, 8 injured.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8 injured it. And you did it in all caps too, so it's like
Seriously, what are the flippin' odds?
I was like, when I was watching that episode of the 13-year-old girl committing suicide, I said, bitch, quite a few times when I saw that it was the next door neighbor bullying that girl. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was one of the many plot, like, that was a definitely big plot twist.
And just how bad did you want to kill her? Justin! Officer Justin in the house. Oh,
Yeah.
God, that hurt.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, I was wondering, so when you were watching my stream last night, like when I was talking about the episodes I did last night. I mean, what were you thinking when I was explaining or describing certain episodes?
Oh God, I was like, oh my God, I want to see this. I want to see this. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so that's one reason why I asked. I mean,
Yes.
so I'll definitely send you a couple links then, Trish, if you don't mind. I mean, hopefully you'll have time to watch at least 1 or 2 episodes sometime.
Hopefully I will stop being in pain long enough to where I can do something. But
Yeah,
if I could quit hurting myself, I would be doing fantastic.
yeah,
Yes, Justin, I'm doing much better. And thank you, baby.
yeah,
And how was your day today?
yeah. Oh.
Trish injured herself. Yes.
Yeah, Trish injures herself all the time. At least you didn't catch her hair.
Another injury. Yes.
Oh,
That is pretty much my life. Another day, another injury.
yeah.
Because before that, I cut my thumb open doing the damn dishes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I cannot go through a day without hurting myself. I'm constantly running into door facings or tripping over stuff or, things falling on me. It's like I'm a magnet for accidents.
Trish is a magnet for accidents. And Elsa's like 9, 10, 11, 12. Trish just injured herself. Yeah, Elsa came up with a rhyme about the whole situation.
Yeah, mine wasn't a rhyme. Mine was just there's a podcaster that I listen to that does that. The one of the times I remember her doing it was when they were talking about how they put the boy bands together, like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, and she was like, "And 5, 6, 7, 8 boy band." Just it's the way she says it. It's hilarious.
Oh wow, it's crazy.
What's the unlucky body part tomorrow? Oh, dear God.
Jerry's like everything. Didn't the NSYNC brothers get a restraining order? Oh, well, are you talking about Aaron Carter and Nick Carter? Or Nick Carter is from the Backstreet Boys, but yeah, Aaron Carter filed a restraining order against Nick Carter. Like yesterday or something.
Inside Edition episode for 91. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good deal, Justin. Oh, God.
Imagine tweeting about getting a restraining order and then your brother tweeting back, what a mess. Yeah, it was crazy on Twitter, especially because I actually follow Aaron Carter on Twitter. And, well, yeah, I mean, because, so I actually, saw it, front hand. I was literally on the page.
Exactly. Keep their drama off the internet.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, Aaron Carter literally has his pinned tweet on Twitter right now. Restraining order says stay 100 feet away. It's been thousands of miles for years. Using the court system to shake me down. Work on me. Good night, all. Wow. I don't know. Aaron Carter just seems pissed.
Okay, I think if I was Nick,
yeah,
just for meanness, I'd count it off and go, okay, 1,000 feet, 1,001. Okay, I'm not 1,000 feet close to you. Just follow him around 1,001 feet behind him everywhere he went.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. Elsa, is Aaron still suffering from an eating disorder? Oh yeah. I mean, he might be. I know that he kind of admitted that, in an interview last year or something. But yeah, I've noticed that about Aaron Carter though lately. Aaron Carter's been very active on Twitter lately, but
That's stalking, I think. Oh, damn, you're right. It is.
Yeah. Oh, some radio station actually tweeted about Nick Carter. Okay, actually, it was Nick Carter. It was Nick Carter who got a restraining order against his brother Aaron Carter, and a radio station actually tweeted, "This just saddens my little heart," and actually tagged both Aaron and Nick in the tweet. And then Aaron Carter literally actually retweeted it earlier today and said, "That's yesterday's news. Maybe you should see what's actually going on and read my tweets."
Backstreet Boys CD in my car. Oh. Black and Blue from 2000. Hey, I think that's the one I got for my son
Oh, yeah.
back years ago.
Yeah. Honestly, no one ever knows the first story, which is why it's so stupid. Yeah. And it's just two brothers fighting over the internet. Yeah. Maybe Aaron should just move to another country. His brother's touring, and he can't always guarantee being 1,000 feet away from him. Duh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really crazy. I'm surprised, like, that there's so much family drama. I mean, I think there was rumors years ago that Aaron and Nick Carter weren't close. Like, they didn't have much of a relationship with each other. But I guess it's pretty much been confirmed, like, over the internet now, like, in extra tweets. It's just like, what? Wow. Yeah, Aaron's just jealous of Nick. That must be it. Didn't they release a song together last year? Huh.
Dude, seriously?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm curious. I don't even know. Like, because I know Aaron sometimes releases songs. In fact, Aaron Carter just released a new album like a year or two ago.
Damn it. It hurts.
There's like, "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," right? Also known as a copy of Delicate. Oh. Oh yeah, is Jen enjoying her CD?
As far as I know, yes. She said she was putting it in her car when she went up the road today. She said nobody was touching that, and she was going to jam to it all the way up the road.
Would they put some ice on it, Trish?
I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest as well.
Yeah, but to do that, I'm going to have to. But to do that, I'm going to have to go offline.
Oh.
I mean, off camera.
Oh, off camera. Okay.
Damn, I hate being injured.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd be used to it by now.
So you're gonna be able to stay for a little bit more, or do you want to?
No, I think I'm literally going to have to go do something for this because it's killing me.
Okay.
And if I have two black eyes when I see you tomorrow, and yes, we are doing it tomorrow. I don't care if I have two black eyes and a bloody nose. I'm still doing it.
Okay, so you're not gonna cancel tomorrow's stream.
No, we've been trying to do this for 3 freaking weeks. We are doing this. Yeah. I don't care if they have to push me in here in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm determined.
Yeah, where if need be, I mean, you could just rewatch my stream later when this turns to a video or something.
Okay, well, if I can get to where I can wear my glasses again, I'll probably just pop in the comments.
Oh, just pop in the comments and just watch, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like it'd be easier for you to take care of stuff if you, I guess, not right in front of the camera, but...
Yeah. Okay, well, I should be back just in a few minutes, at least in the comments.
Okay.
I just got to go do something for this.
Okay.
So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Okay. So yeah, so now I guess it's just me now. It's just I mean, I was wanting to continue talking about the show, but I didn't want to. I knew that Trish was in pain, so. But yeah, Elsa's like, okay, next episode. Okay, the next episode on my list that I have at number 6 is called Hitmen for Hire. Now, this one was a really crazy episode. This one actually had some twist, and it actually kind of had me at the edge of my seat at some parts because I was like, what the hell? Because I didn't know about the story. But apparently, this story actually took place back in like the early to mid 2000s, like around 2003, 2004, 2005 ish. Basically, it's about this married couple, and they have two small children together, and they seem to be the perfect family. From, I mean, I guess out in the open and out in public and stuff, people think that I mean, they're just a normal, I guess, American family. But this episode basically shows that see the man actually goes to work every day, and the mother is pretty much like a stay-at-home wife, but but she's like from the get-go, just watching just the actress that plays the mother in the episode, you can automatically tell that this woman like doesn't seem to be too fit to be a mother because she's like neglecting her kids because she literally like grabs the remote, asks her kids what they want to watch on TV or something. Like she even names off some little kid shows like you're gonna watch Mickey, Arthur, Thomas, like I mean, and her kids will be like Mickey, like so they're gonna watch Disney, and so she just changes the channel to like Disney Junior or something, and then all of a sudden, then she goes off into the kitchen area or the dining room, and sits at like the table and is pretty much on her laptop all the time, and she's talking to like some of her online friends, but she's also became close to this one guy who I guess she's starting to kind of fall for, or they're kind of like having an affair together or something. Um, and she even when she meets the guy in person, like in the flesh for the first time, she actually brings her kids with her. And I just saw Justin's comment. Read my last comment, Alvin. Okay. Oh, my favorite Backstreet Boy is AJ. Oh, that's cool, Justin. But yeah, the mother actually brings her kids to meet. I mean, this guy that she's pretty much having an affair with, like in person. Like she even brought her kids that she had with her husband. I mean, like to meet the guy she's literally having an affair with, which is just crazy. Her kids were like maybe like 5, 6 at the time. I mean, they were still pretty little, but they were already talking and everything, and they were just this guy seems nice. He even gave him money so they can play like one of the machines at a restaurant or something, like a claw machine or something. And but what is crazy is her husband would come home from work and find out that she hasn't been doing any cleaning around the house. The house is like filthy. She hasn't done laundry, like there's dirty clothes everywhere or dirty dishes or like and he's like, what you been doing all day? Just on the internet, on your laptop, and he even asked what's for dinner, and she was like, well, like I've been busy. I haven't got to. I mean, I haven't got to cook dinner yet, but don't worry, I'll just microwave something. I mean, it's basically what she says. So it's like, I don't know. It's just so from the get go, this mother seems like she's not really fit to be a mother. I don't know. She just seems kind of careless and everything. Like she's just caught up in her online world and her online boyfriend, who she finally did meet in person. But and then she brought her kids to meet him. But then her husband actually sees on her laptop a message that she had with the guy, and it was like sexual talk. And the husband even confronts her, like, "What's this about?" And even she's like, "Oh no, it's just something. I just got caught up in it. It won't happen again." And I guess the husband like forgave her and things like that. But she claims she's going to end it, and they make it sound like she's pretty much going to just ignore the guy's texts from now on, like, because he keeps trying to text her, keeps trying to get in contact with her, get her attention. And then they show a clip of her on the phone with the guy, and she tells him that that she can't do this anymore. This has to end. Like, she's saying that she's like, they want you to believe that she's basically telling the guy that she's no longer gonna be communicating with him, that the whole affair thing needs to end, that she loves her husband and things like that. Or that's what they want, like, try to make you believe. So that's just crazy. Sounds like the crazy wife of my younger brother who's cheating on him and doesn't even care, holding hands with the new guy in front of their children. Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't know that you even would know anyone that could relate, because that story just sounds crazy. Because most people that have an affair probably won't even bring their kids like into the equation just like that, especially when they're still married. But then they start getting like I think they start getting like threatening notes or something, like someone's like targeting them, so they're even scared for the life or something. Like this may actually sound gross, but they even the husband even finds a dead cat on his porch, and he was like, "There's no way a cat just crawled up on my porch and died." Like, I mean, he was like, "You can tell that it's dead," and so they even call the police on that because they think someone literally like either killed a cat or actually just found a dead cat somewhere and just put it on their porch, just laid it on their porch. Like, even that would creep anybody out. You just open the door, like, think it's going to be a normal day, and then you go outside and you open the door, and then all of a sudden there's like a dead cat on the porch, especially if you don't even own a cat. So that's crazy right there. Yeah, Joe said, threatening notes. OMG, I hate weird stalker people. Yeah, no, I mean, well, to be honest, I'll be honest. Okay, this may sound crazy, but I actually literally put 2 episodes on my top 10 list of my top 10 favorite Web of Lies episodes. 2 of them in order, or actually very similar in a way, but still different. But because I have number 6 called Hitmen for Hire, which is the episode I'm talking about now. But at number 5, I actually have an episode on my list called Hate Mail, which is a very similar family situation, but it's kind of flipped because that episode actually has the husband cheating on his wife, and this one has the wife cheating on her husband. Yeah, Elsa's like, and my brother had to hear from his kids that she is cheating on him. Luckily, he's not taking that shit, and as far as I know, they're still getting a divorce. Oh, hey, Chelsea. It's okay that you're late. Trish was here a little bit ago, but she had to go. She'll probably be popping up in the comments sooner or later. I was like, welcome, Chelsea. I was wondering where you were. But yeah, to continue talking about this episode, basically, where then think this one guy. I mean, we're not. I don't know why I just referred to him as one guy, but the husband basically comes home from work one night, and he even opens the garage door, but everything's dark, like there's no lights on, and he thought that was weird because I mean, you would think there'd be lights on, that his family should be there and everything, And then all of a sudden, when he goes into his garage or something, or he actually enters the house, I think he tries to like turn on a light, or he has a flashlight or something, and all of a sudden, I think someone shot at him, and I think he stood up before because he was actually bent over at the time, and if he'd not stood up, the bullet would have literally hit him at the top of his head. But I think he got shot in his stomach, and he actually started running because he knew he had to get the hell out of there. Like, so he started running, trying to get to the exit of to the front door, or like I think I don't even know if he was able to open a door. I think he actually had to break some glass to get out of the house fast enough, and like from a window or something, and basically his mission was pretty much to get outside and start making as much noise as possible to let his neighbors know that he's been shot and they need to call the police. I think he did run over to a neighbor's house and he told them that he had been shot, and that they asked him. Asked the woman to call the police, and she did. And next thing you know, like, he's in the hospital, and his wife and kids are there, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be all right, honey, and it's gonna be okay," and like. And even her kids were like, even one of her kids, I think the son, was like, "Is Daddy gonna die?" And even the mother's like, "No, Daddy's strong," and so apparently, like, he survived and all that, but even when he was awake, the cop was a cop was there and wanted to ask him a few questions about who could have been the shooter, who shot him, did he have any haters, pretty much trying to like interrogate the husband, even though he's in a hospital bed and in pain, and he doesn't even know what's going on. He was like, he feels like the cop is yelling at him, like, "Sir, you need to answer me. You need to tell me who might have done this. Do you have any haters? Did you see the guy?" Or something. And even the kids were confused, like, why is the cop talking to their dad like that? but yeah, but they even want to even, like, I guess, kind of get a warrant or a search warrant to search the guy, like the husband's laptop or something, to find out who like, if this was like a bad business deal gone wrong. If this was a business deal gone wrong or something. Okay, I'm gonna back up and read some of the comments again before I finish what I was talking about. Yeah, Jerry's like, "This stuff scares me so much, Lemio." Yeah, believe me, that, like, these shows, this series, this documentary really does scare me and freak me out, but it's also like kind of fascinating because it makes you think. And it makes you pretty much learn pretty much learn of the dangers of online communication and online relationships, online friendships. I was just like, right. Oh yeah, Jerry's like, my mom's mom was actually shot by her ex and nearly died. Oh my God. I was like, right, Jerry. And the fact that it actually happened makes it even more crazy. I was just like, oh wow, Jerry. Jerry said, it was super scary. I was not born. This was nearly 30 years before I was born, but still scary. Country Fan said, back. Oh, welcome back, Country Fan. And then Joe said, who was it, Alvin? Who shot him? I was like, I bet it was. Hope the guy went to jail. Welcome back, Chris. Welcome back, Chris. Joe said, I love the stories. I was just like, so the wife hired someone to. Well, to be honest, I haven't got to the end of the story yet, but I guess you can kind of already understand where the story is going, because it does already show you that the wife is having an affair with a guy while she's married. So, that kind of tells you why it's even a Web of Lies episode, because someone's lying. There was something crazy happened, something crazy behind it. Even though so the wife hired someone to get her husband out of the way. Joe said, "Crazy people out there. It's the wife." Yeah. But yeah, to continue the story, pretty much, they're trying to find the guy that shot, uh, that shot him, that shot the husband. And while the cops are searching, I think they finally find out who did it. Um, I can't remember his name right at the top of my head, but they pretty much found uh, the guy, or at least a guy that was involved, and so I think they arrested him. But the case was going to go to trial or something, or they wanted the husband to show up at the courthouse because they wanted to talk to him a little bit and get more information, and he wanted his wife to be there for him. And so the husband has no idea that the wife is even involved at all. But his wife is running late, and she's because he's already at the courthouse, and she's running late, and she tells him that she'll be there soon, and all of a sudden, while he's there, some cops ask him if he can follow them, please. That they want to talk to him in this room, and he was like, "Well, my wife's going to be here shortly," and so I think they said, "Don't worry about that, or explain when we get to the room." And so when they get to the room and they tell the husband that that pretty much they got the guy or something, and he was like, "Oh, because that's good," and even the husband was like, "Well, who is he?" And they pretty much, or I think they tried to ask the husband if he knows him, and the husband doesn't know who they're talking about, and pretty much within one of the cops or one of the detectives says to him, "Well, your wife does that," pretty much telling the husband that his wife knows the guy. He was responsible for this, and and then they pretty much go on to say that the detective then tells the husband that his wife was having an affair with the guy, that they had an affair, which came as a complete shock to the husband. And then they go on to pretty much tell him another bombshell, that it was his wife that orchestrated the whole thing to have her husband killed. And even the husband was like, "Ooh, if she had been here right now, I was gonna strangle her, or I was gonna kill her myself," or something. Like, I don't know. Even the husband was pissed. Like, oh my god! And then while the mother was on, or his wife was on the way to the courthouse, she then gets pulled over by the cops. And one of the last things she says, because she was on the phone with someone, I think it was like her father, who was taking care of the kids at the time, which would be their grandfather. It actually said, "Tell the kids that I love them." And then all of a sudden, the cops get her out of the car and immediately pin her against the car and like handcuff her. And she's like, "What are you doing? Are you arresting me? Like, what did I do?" And so then the wife is being arrested. And so it was even a bombshell. Like, even the husband had to, I mean, the father and husband had to tell their kids that, I mean, that he had with his wife. He pretty much had to tell his kids that mother tried to have him killed. And that's pretty much how the story kind of ends. But that's another episode you could find on Daily Motion, when I was telling you about. So if you guys want me to send you the link to that episode as well, I mean, I would be gladly to send you that too, Elsa, or anybody else that's curious. Okay, I'm trying to read the comments again. Let me see. Trying to scroll up. Okay. Coachman's like, where'd Trish go? Joe said, it's the wife's secret boyfriend. Elsa, I figured she hired someone because the name of the episode is called Hitman for Hire. Yeah, that's kind of a dead giveaway, but they still tell the story as if like they want some suspense, some, I guess, like they want to put like a little plot twist in there. Like, I mean, but that's the reason I love the way they film these episodes. Like, even though like it's reenactments, I love it because it really does make you feel like you're watching this in full motion. Like you're watching, like it gives you like a visual experience of what probably happened. Like, I mean, like how the scenario probably played out just in a short amount of time. Yeah. Okay. Trying to. Okay. Joe said, "Who shot the dad?" Elsa's like, "Trish went to put some ice on her nose. It was hurting too much." And Joe said, "What happened to Trish?" Elsa said, "Trish hurt her nose while doing laundry. The lid from the washer fell on her nose." Joe said, "Oh God, the laundry basket beat her up, beat her up." Just said, how the hell did that happen? Also said, more like the washer beat her up. The child laughed. Trish doesn't even know herself. Joe's like, oof. Joe said, Trish, her house is haunted. It's out to get her. Yeah, she's okay. It does hurt though. LOL, Joe. And then Joe said, good. I'm glad she's okay. Elsa said, sure, you can send it. Awesome, Elsa. I'll definitely, because this is another episode I think you may like. I mean, just how it plays out and everything. Like I actually think they got the guy that played the dad and the husband in the episode. I think they got like the actor. I mean that they got actually kind of looks pretty. I mean, pretty much like the real guy because the dad is actually the one telling the story, and he even has his kids there as well to give their point of view of the story, even though this happened when they were little kids. Joe said, let's hope the soap don't get Trish next. Elsa said, I've read and seen plenty of stories where women hired people to kill their husbands and vice versa, which is just crazy that people can do that. Yeah, it really is crazy. I don't understand about this whole Hitman virus, but they also did find out about the guy who pulled the trigger. So the guy that she was having an affair with wasn't the one who actually pulled the trigger. They actually had someone else involved as well. And I think the shooter, the killer, well, not the killer because he didn't actually. It was pretty much attempted murder. But the hitman, I think, got like 10 years in prison. I mean, for attempted murder. And I think the guy that she was having an affair with, I think he also went to jail for a period of time too, maybe like between 8 to 10 years. And then the wife, the mother, who pretty much orchestrated the whole thing and was having an affair, she actually got 9 years in prison. But this happened back in like 2005 or so. So by the time this episode aired, it actually does end with saying that because her name, I forgot to mention, her name is Leslie Long, and she and they even the narrator even mentions that she is now a free woman. So I'm wondering what happened. Like, what is Leslie Long doing now? I mean, now that she's out of jail, out of prison, for trying to have her then husband killed. Like, I'm wondering if she's actually being a good girl now, or a good woman, or she's still crazy or not right in the head, and it's just crazy. Yeah. Joe said, I'm just messing with Trish. Hope her nose is not broke. I was like, yeah, let's hope Trish doesn't slip on a bar of soap because she's still carrying an injury from slipping on a bottle of water. Oh, yeah. I was like, I hope so too. Joe said, Trish needs to move. I was like, good, glad she went to jail. What happened to the poor children? I said, damn, the men better watch out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's this crazy thing that Leslie Long is now a free woman. But still, still, I mean, that's just one crazy ass story. I still can't believe it happened. And so I don't even. I mean, I'm pretty sure the story did make the news. I need to kind of look up that story. Yeah, one of the things that first comes up when I Google the name Leslie Long, one of the first things that does come up is Web of Lies, Hitman for Liar, TV episode 2016. Oh yeah, because this episode I think was from season 3. Okay, yeah, they do have an article about it. Okay, I need to X out of that. But yeah, it says North Huntingdon man faces charges with others in romance murder plot. Okay, basically in the article, it says a North Huntingdon Township man is in jail awaiting an extradition hearing on charges that he and a Butler County man conspired with an Ohio woman in the attempted murder of her husband last year over an alleged internet romance. Okay, and this article is from March 5th, 2005. Okay, it says Brian Long was shot twice on June 3rd, 2004, but survived and was living with his wife, Leslie Long, one of the alleged co-conspirators, under her arrest Wednesday near the couple's St. Clairsville, Ohio home. And they even mentioned this certainly has all the makings of a Hollywood story, but we're not commenting on each individual's role. We can say, however, that we believe money changed hands. And it says now jailed are Leslie Long and Richard Kavanaugh, 42, and John Jaworski, who's 36, remain free on a $250,000 bond and has entered a guilty plea in the case. It says all three were indicted on attempted murder charges by an Ohio grand jury earlier this week in Brian Long's shooting. Kavanaugh's charge also contained a notation that he allegedly was in possession of a gun during commission of the offense. The charge of attempted murder carries a penalty of 3 to 10 years in jail in Ohio, which is pretty much what each individual person got, between 8 to 10 years. Okay, now I'm going to try to go back and read comments again. Yeah, Elsa's like, yeah, they don't change. And Jerry said, usually prison changes people or people for the better, so I assume she's better, but still scary woman or scarly woman. Joe said, help she had a Bible. Oh, yes, believe it or not, some people have actually found Jesus in prison or in jail because they take to reading the Bible or something like that. So, I mean, I've just heard of stories like that. Joe says, no, they don't. Elsa, damn, spell check. Elsa said, unfortunately, LOL, damn autocorrect for me or a stupid thumb. Jerry said, prison, especially in the U.S., can actually rot people's brains because of how abusive they are sometimes. And Joe said, crazy people should never be let out. And Elsa's like, I bet they can, Jerry. But yeah, that episode really is crazy. That's one reason why it actually made my list of like the top 10 most memorable Web of Lies episodes for me, is because of how crazy everything like escalated. But if you think that one was crazy, you should hear about what I got to say about the next episode, which is called Hate Mail. And it's a very similar story, but this time it's the husband that pretty much, it's kind of like roles are reversed in this episode. But yeah, this episode, I mean, speaking of Bible and church and things like that and finding Jesus and stuff, basically this story is about a husband and his wife and their two little boys. I mean, because they have 2 sons together. And they seem to be the perfect family and live in a good neighborhood. And the husband actually works for a TV evangelist. I think I'm trying to remember the name of the woman. I think her name was Joyce Meyer or something. Actually, now that remember the name. I'll try to find the article on that story. But yeah, it's basically about this guy. That's basically he works for like Joyce Meyer Ministries, and which is pretty much. I mean, she's an American author and a TV evangelist, and she does like her own preaching shows and stuff like that. And she travels. She pretty much travels to all the like the United States uh, and pretty much does like shows like at concert. I mean, not concerts, but at churches and stuff, and gives speeches and stuff. I think she even has some videos on YouTube. But she's pretty popular and has quite the fan base. And some fans can actually be kind of stalkerish. Believe it or not, even Joyce Meyer has some stalkers. And but basically, it's about this guy named Chris. Because I'm pretty sure his name is Chris. And this episode is from season 2. And it's called Hate Mail. And okay. What it says on IMDb, it says shortly after Chris Coleman starts a new job as security chief for a Christian ministry, he begins receiving threatening emails. Then tragedy strikes. His wife and 2 sons are found dead. Police must work to trace the emails back to the killer. So you can pretty much already tell where this story is headed just from the description alone. But yeah, Chris Coleman. I'll just try to find the story about this. But yeah, basically, the husband, because he works for Joyce Meyer, sometimes he's away like on business trips for long periods at a time. So his wife is like a stay-at-home wife and pretty much takes care of the 2 sons and wait for her husband to get back, and the father to get back, and he liked to come home and surprise his kids. And I mean, when he come back, but he was long away periods at a time. The thing is, the wife, one of the business trips takes him to Florida, where his wife actually suggests that he should hang out with one of her friends or someone that she knows that is in Florida. So I mean, to kind of show him around the city and stuff. But I'm just going to tell you right now, that was a big mistake because, long story short, the husband and this woman, who was apparently friends with his wife, start having an affair, which they try not to give that away very early on in the episode. That bit of information comes later on, pretty much after tragedy strikes. But okay, I'll try to go back and read some of the comments because I don't want to miss. Your comments. Joy said, "Hell, if I was in prison, I'd read the Bible unless they give me an iPhone. If every crazy person was in prison, we'd have more prisons than houses." And Joe said, "Me too." And Elsa said, "Some people shouldn't even get bail or come out early for good behavior." Yeah, that's very true, Elsa. Hello, Jerry. And then Chelsea said, "If I go crazy, I'm pleading Elvis. I'm not crazy. I'm talking to Elvis." Elsa said, "I've heard of Joyce Meyer, LOL. What area of Florida?" I'll find out. Let me see. I'm not exactly sure. I can't really remember what part of Florida. I just knew that when he met this other woman, who was pretty much friends with his wife, back home, that they start hanging out and talking, and basically the woman was jealous of her friend's life and actually wanted Chris to herself. So basically, this is one of those pretty much the husband having an affair with his wife's best friend scenario, which, believe me, does actually happen. Not just for married couples either, or families. Sometimes it could be like just friends in general, like like your friend is in a relationship with someone, or someone is in a relationship with someone, and then the boyfriend kind of sleeps with his girlfriend's best friend or something. It's one of those drama situations. Jerry said, "What's the episode called?" The episode is called Hate Mail, and it's oh yeah, I think I should also mention like like what episode exactly it is. It's season 2. It's season 2, episode 11 of the show Web of Lies, and it premiered in March of 2015. Oh, and I should also mention this episode takes place in like 2007, 2008. Well, actually, pretty much 2008 to leading into like 2009. Actually, so this is kind of the story that takes place in the 2000s. But like the first story I told you about, like that was kind of similar to this, Hitman for Hire, that took place in like the early to mid 2000s. This one takes place in like the late 2000s. Even Elsa said, so many husbands and wives have affairs with the best friend. Yeah. So that's basically what happened here. Well, actually, they don't reveal this piece of information until the end of the episode, but I will mention that they actually do show a clip of like a reenactment of the wife. Because she already has another best friend that lives close by, in the neighborhood, or at least assume it's a best friend, or it could have been a cousin or something. I'm not sure, but she did have someone that was around where they were living, and she even showed her best friend, or on like laptop, or like you want to see the woman that my husband is having an affair with, and even the best friend's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, I've read the text. I know that they're having an affair, and they're saying this and that to each other, and she even brings up her Facebook page, and like I'm trying to, oh yeah, the name of the woman that he was having an affair with was named Tara Lentz. But yeah, this episode is really crazy. I'll be honest with you, when I watched this episode for the first time, which was actually 2016, after I got into the show, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, even after, I think I was in so much shock. I think I was like frozen or something when I finished watching it. I was like, oh my God, did I just see that happen? Did that just happen? Just because this episode, like, now you can understand why this episode kind of did actually have me kind of tore to pieces. Like, I mean, so you definitely can tell why I even put it on my list. Top 10 most memorable Web of Lies episodes. I know I also referred to it maybe as my top 10 favorite Web of Lies episodes, but I feel like saying like favorite is kind of a strong word, or I mean, especially when it comes to a show like this, because every episode is pretty much heartbreaking or emotional or disturbing in one way or another. But so that's why I like to refer it as the most memorable, at least for me. So when I think about the show, these are the episodes that seem to come to mind the most, at least for me. The ones that pretty much, I mean, I guess you could say mentally attacked me the most. And Joe said obsessed women, and Jerry said pretty sure it took place in St. Pete, aka 15 minutes from where I live. Oh wow. And Joe said drama make for a good married. Anyone know if Trish is okay? Yeah, I'm wondering. I thought Trish was going to be joining us in the comments, or maybe she actually is watching, but she's in so much pain that she's not able to like comment. I mean, I'm just assuming. I don't know. I really hope Trish is okay. Yeah, Joe said drama. Got to love it. Yeah, well, I guess you could say I don't know, I guess you could say I'm curious. Like, I don't know. like, I don't watch the news or anything, but when I see something trending or I see drama happening or I see some story or like, that's one reason why I like watching documentaries like this. I'm like, what, like, kind of opens your eyes to what's really going on out there in the world. Like, this really is, like, these crazy stuff is really happening. Like, there really is stalkers on the internet out there and people lying over the internet and basically leading people to their deaths and things like that on the internet. But yeah, I've already been streaming for 2 hours now. I mean, I'm hoping to at least stream for at least 1 more hour. So hopefully I can get through the next 4 episodes in the next hour. I don't really want to have to try to schedule a part 3, but yeah. So I hope you guys don't mind. I mean, staying for a little bit longer. I still remember some episodes of a series I used to watch called Unusual Suspects. Some things just stick with you or have such an impact on you that you don't forget them. Yeah, that's very true, Elsa. It's just, it's just when it comes to like episodes like this, like, I mean, because I really don't want to describe like every detail. It's just I would just to recommend definitely for you guys to see the episodes Hitman for Hire and Hate Mail of Web of Lies, because I don't know, the two very memorable episodes. But pretty much, long story short, it did turn out that let's just say that this one is a little bit different in the sense that in the previous episode I mentioned, Hitman for Hire, a hitman was actually the one who shot the trigger or actually killed or well, not, he didn't kill, he just tried to kill the husband. He attempted murder. In this episode, the husband pretty much ended up killing his wife and kids. Like he did it with his bare hands too. He didn't have any weapons. He literally strangled them to death with his own 2 hands. Like, because they even have, like, even when the cops find the mother and her kids, they all have like marks on their necks and stuff. So it's pretty much evident that they died from like asphyxiation or like suffocation. Yeah, everyone else is like, no, that's horrible. Yeah, it really is crazy. But that's another episode. It's just, it's just that episode was really crazy. Especially if you like the 3 episodes that I sent you last night, Elsa, then you definitely want to check these out. Because I mean, I even have them at higher up on my list than the ones that I even mentioned, that I even talked about last night, and probably for good reason, because they're even more disturbing and more just. But when I talk about the next episode, though, so I guess all you really need to know about, like, I guess I pretty much went over that episode, Hate Mail and Hitman for Hire. It's very two similar situations, and just. I don't know. You just really got to watch him. But I guess I just remember that the husband's name in the episode was Chris Coleman, and he worked for Joyce Meyer Ministries. When and you can tell by the title why it's called Hate Mail is because instead of like, it's kind of like, remember the previous episode we talked about how pretty much threatening notes, they like the family started getting like threatening notes, where Chris Coleman took the opportunity to he pretty much sent threatening emails. Like, he even created a email account that I think it was something like hating Chris Coleman or at gmail.com or something. It was like something aimed directly at Chris and his family, and the threatening emails were about Chris needs to stop working for Joyce Meyer, or we're gonna come after his family. That they are dead if they don't stop working for Joyce Meyer. I don't know, or if he doesn't stop working for Joyce Meyer. So it really did get really crazy. But yeah, so that's hence why the name of the episode is called Hate Mail. Because they started getting hate emails, and then Chris took the opportunity to pretty much pretty much put actual mail like in his mailbox, like with threatening messages. Yeah. I also said like that crazy Chris Watts who killed his wife and kids after killing his first daughter. His other daughter asked him if he was going to do to her what he did to her sister. Like Shell said, the hands of a man. I said that didn't stop him from killing her too, or at least have a conscience. Yeah, that's what's really crazy, Elsa. That's the reason why when I saw that other story, like, because I know that Elsa, you saw the story I posted in the fan club yesterday about a husband killed his wife and his 4 kids or something, and I don't know the whole situation. I just read like some of it, but I was like, I don't know if there was technology or the internet involved at all, or if it had anything to do with like the husband having an affair or anything. But the reason why I said what I said in the fan club was mostly because this episode kept coming to mind. Because I was like, this sounds like that story sounds like it could be a future Web of Lies episode if the internet was involved at all. Because that's one thing that's why the show is called Web of Lies, because everything that led up to the impact or the climax of each story, like of what happened, like led to murder or attempted murder or just something like that. It all spin out of control. It all started pretty much from a lie on the internet, from either someone pretending to be someone else on the internet, or basically lying to their like love interest, who they are or what their motives are, like, and pretty much lead them, like their victims, to their doom. So it pretty much all has to do with pretty much something that started from the internet, from either online chat, a dating website, Facebook, like social media, things like that. Even YouTube, which I'll get to that. There was actually one episode on my list that actually has to do with YouTube, and actually the most recent episode of Web of Lies, which I just got caught up on, actually had to do with a YouTube star who died horribly. Which I didn't put that episode on my list, but I only watched it once. But after watching, even that episode kind of tore me to pieces. So I may even mention that episode. I don't think it's on Daily Motion yet, but I'm hoping that it will be somewhere that you guys can watch it online sooner or later. Because I hope that, when I say that Web of Lies is on Daily Motion, I feel like almost every episode from seasons 1 through season 5 are on Daily Motion. But I think they still haven't. They don't have some of the newer episodes yet, like from season 6. But yeah, even Cho said killers don't have conscience. And also says no, they don't. And I said, yeah, I had to comment on that after I read it. I don't know how someone can kill an innocent child, especially children as young as 5, 2, and 1. Yeah, that's what's really crazy, Elsa. But yeah. She'll say killers don't know right from wrong. Yeah, even Joe said, I'm not a fan of Joyce Myers. I'm not really into the whole TV preaching. Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. My mom, actually, I think there was only one TV preacher that she liked. But even there was some controversy with him a couple years ago. But to be honest, I think I just might put it out there. But my mom was actually a fan of Joe Osteen. That was her favorite TV preacher. Or TV Angelus, or whatever you like to call him. But because my mom used to watch his preachings and his show like on TV all the time back in the day. I guess she really liked what Joe Osteen had to say about God and about love and things like that. So But yeah, if I get to the next episode, this one, I would be honest, with caught me off guard because I don't even think I heard the real story when it was happening. But it's just this episode. I don't know. I feel like I put it on my list because it was just really crazy, and maybe even the name of the victim involved just really got to me. Not to mention, it took place in Texas, which is actually where my sister is living right now. Elsa, I think they do know right from wrong. They're just selfish and have no empathy for other people. Yeah, that's very true, Elsa. And then Joe said, why pretend to be someone else because they don't have friends, family, they are desert for attacking or like. Sorry if I don't understand what exactly you were saying there at the end, Joe. But yeah, this next story, okay, I'll be honest with you. The reason why this story kind of bothers me is mostly because it had to do with like rape, and it was like a rape of a 16-year-old girl. But this woman actually has a like an RIP page. Like someone actually made a page about like in memory of. So I guess she died in like November of 2012, and it's about, and believe it or not, it's about a woman, like a black woman, well, a young black woman named Shania Gray. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, her name is actually Shania. Like, and when I think of the name Shania, I always think of, like, the queen of country pop, Shania Twain. So I don't know. When I found out that there was an episode with a victim, like named Shania, I was like, oh crap. Like I don't know. Like I know a name shouldn't, like, I don't know. It's just when I think of Shania, I've only known like one Shania like almost all my life. Well, except for I think I did meet someone that had a kid that they named Shania back when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager. But everyone else was like, oh wow. But yeah, this young 16-year-old girl, her name is Shania Gray, and on the Facebook page that someone had made, someone said, this is the story. This is the story. Shania Gray, a 16-year-old high school junior, never expected her life would come to a tragic end, but it did, all because she had the courage to speak out. According to Mesquite, Texas, police, the teen met her demise at the hands of Franklin B. Davis, the 30-year-old man she had accused of raping her. He was scheduled to go to trial on 4 counts of sexual assault of a child next month, but took matters into his own hands, shooting Shania twice before stepping on her neck until she stopped breathing. Davis met Shania Gray when she was babysitting his 2 children, and after she declined several times to watch his children again, Shania Gray confessed to her grandmother that Davis had raped her. Davis claimed he never assaulted the teen and only wanted to talk to Shania last Thursday when he used social media to lure her away from school and kill her. And this was posted on November 21st, 2012. And so I put this episode number 4 because it's crazy. It's about a 16-year-old girl who was raped, and like she was even, I think she even started to date. She met a guy online and started dating them online, and she was going to meet him in person. She was going to meet him in person one day after school, and that's when she found out that the guy that she thought she was talking to was actually her alleged rapist from like a year or 2 earlier. And then he led her pretty much to her doom and pretty much shot and killed her. and I think he did it by a lake or a river or something, or under a bridge or something. Like this episode is also on Daily Motion, and it's let me see, trying to find it. It's season 5, episode 7. Yeah. I'm trying to read back the comments again. Elsa said, or Cheryl said, "Do you think people kill because they've never been loved or had a family? It's okay." Elsa said, "Don't know, Chelsea. I guess people kill for their own reasons, whatever those reasons are." Chelsea said, "I really think they think they will get away with it." Chelsea said, "They would never get caught. WTF?" Yeah. I said, "Yeah, some of them do think they'll get away with it, but luckily, those DNA technology that is solving a lot of cold cases and justice is getting served." But yeah, the episode I was just talking about the 16-year-old high school student named Shania Gray. It was actually from the previous season. It actually aired last year in 2018. That I think that's when I started talking about the show in like Trish's live streams, because when this episode first aired, it was soon after Trish had already started live streaming. Yeah, it aired on May 1st, 2018. And I think after that episode aired, it's when I mentioned it, like in the comments of Trisha's stream, because this is before I started joining her on screen. But Trisha hadn't been streaming for very long, and I think that's when I mentioned it for the first time. Like, oh my god, I just watched one of my favorite shows, like the show Web of Lies, and the story, like the episode was about a girl named Shania, like Shania Gray, and so I think this was one of the episodes I started talking about, because I knew that. I mean, because I know the name Shania. When I think Shania, I always think of the singer Shania. So I just thought that was interesting. I didn't know about the story until I saw the episode, so I was kind of like in shock. Yeah, and Joe said, "That's right, Elsa." But yeah, I have three more episodes to talk about. Now, this next episode that I have on my list that I have at number 3 is called "Separated at Birth." Now, this episode was also crazy, and I'm trying to find out what season this episode was from. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. This episode is also from season 2, or this episode is from season 2, just like like a couple episodes. I mean, that I talked about previously tonight. Well, actually, now that I think about it, yeah. I've talked about like 2 episodes so far, season 2 tonight at least. But I told you season 2 was one of the best seasons in my opinion, because almost every episode that season was just like, it was like really tragic and disturbing. Like, I mean, pretty much every episode of every season really is, but this season really got to me. Like, they weren't like holding back at all. Okay, Elsa. When I was 7, I was almost abducted, and I'm 100% sure that guy would have raped me and possibly killed me. But luckily, I didn't get into his car, and I ran into some old lady's yard. Yeah, that's awesome, Elsa. I'll be honest with you. I actually had a similar experience when I was 8, but it wasn't from a. I don't think I was almost like abducted by a guy. This was actually a woman, believe it or not. And I don't think I've been raped. It may have just been a woman that wanted a kid. But I was like 8 years old, and we had stopped, or we had parked or in front of this grocery store. I guess my parents had already gone in, and I couldn't find the store for some reason. I don't know, I was so small, and I was and little that I couldn't see the name of the store that my parents went in, and this woman came up to me and asked me if I or where my family was, or or and I was like I'm looking for this. I mean, I'm looking for Price Smart because that was the store that we parked in, and she told me that, oh, it's just over there. But she's like, come with me. I just got to run to this college real fast, and then I'll help you find your parents. And I was like, no, thank you. And I think I just started running to the store, to the building, and I even ran to my parents, like kind of like scared after death, because so I guess you could say I'm lucky to be alive because I already knew about like stranger danger, and my parents already kind of had that talk, and I was kind of skittish as a kid, even though I was kind of a daredevil at times as well. It's just, believe it or not, I was a pretty shy kid at first. I didn't start to open up more until I got older, but yeah. Joe said men and no penis. Okay, that was weird. Oh, that's crazy. Just said that, Joe. I said I stayed there until I thought it was safe to walk back home. Yeah. Then Joe said, Elsa, my friend almost got kidnapped. And Elsa said, when I think back on that day, I'm amazed that nothing happened to me. Yeah, that's basically how I take it. I literally look back at the day that I thought I was going to be abducted by this woman. Uh, and I still think if I had actually gone with her, I may not be alive today, or I would have had a completely different life because this woman would probably try to raise me as her own kid or something. So, because I don't know her motives, I don't know if she was going to try to rape me or if she was like one of those female pedos or something or whatever. Because believe me, even those exist too. I mean, it's not just guys, but even when I told the story to my mom or even to a counselor or something, because sometimes it really does haunt me. And it, people would tell me that she was probably just wanting a kid of her own. But it probably would have been a whole kidnapping situation though, because I've seen movies like that, like on Lifetime. So yeah, Joe said let us scream, and also I remember when you told this story before. Oh yeah. Wait, are you talking about my story, Elsa? I mean, I guess maybe I did mention it before. Maybe I did talk about it before, or maybe you're talking to Chelsea about that her friend almost got kidnapped. But because I don't know, it's just I have a lot of stories from the past, so I don't know exactly everything I talk about. Because so I may, so sorry if I ever repeat myself that I bring up some story, because I don't know, some stories really do come back to haunt me. I mean, just like kind of like Trish was posting about in the fan club earlier that her past sometimes comes back to haunts her. So I said, me too. If the guy was smarter and used different tactics to get me into his car, I might not have been here today. Yeah, that's basically how I take it too. That I may not be here today, or I would have had a completely different life, because there's been kidnapping stories where the kids didn't actually get killed. They just got kind of raised by someone else and were brainwashed. So now they think that, especially if they're young enough, it depends on if you're already set on your ways, or if you're young enough to kind of, I guess, kind of be raised by someone else. Like, I mean, especially after so much time has gone by, you can't even remember your own biological parents. And yeah, I'm glad you're okay too, Elsa. But yeah, this next episode I was going to talk about is called "Separated at Birth," which is season 2, episode. Uh, let me see. Yeah, season 2, episode 10, and it's about. It says the description on IMDb is Jamie Stice is 8 months pregnant, but with no mother around, she reaches out to the internet to share her hopes and fears. As the weeks progress, Jamie enters a dark world that will shatter her dreams and change the life of her dead child forever. So that's really crazy. Let me see. Wait, I don't know. I may have actually put the wrong, like, I don't know. It's just that description didn't like ring a bell. So I'm wondering if I put the wrong episode like on my list because the one I was thinking of it may have actually been it though, but because it's just let me see, trying to find the episode I was really thinking of. Hmm. Yeah, like so, sorry if I seem like confused right now. It's just I don't know that description. It's just because the episode I was thinking of. I thought the woman like the because it was pretty much like a young mother. She really was like heavily pregnant, but she did take on to online. I guess not like online dating, but she was trying to find a friendship online because uh, her boyfriend or the father of her child of her unborn child like left the picture, and so she was going to be a single mom. Um, but I think she actually had her mother there but it was pretty much just her and her mother. And I'll be honest with you, in the episode I'm thinking of, the mother actually reminds me. Like this may sound crazy, but she kind of reminds me a lot of like Trish in a way, especially the actress that played her mom. But I want to make sure I have the right episode. Hmm. I feel like I need to go back and read comments for okay. Yeah. Oh, Elsa, no, you, Alvin, have told this story before, and you don't have to apologize for being so. Okay, thank you, Elsa. Thanks me too. And Elsa, X-ray, hey, per dead child. Yeah. I know that kind of. That's kind of like really sad, just right off the bat. Let me see. Uh, do, 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 do. Oh. Okay, yeah. This was the episode I was thinking of. I don't know why it had the description though. I mean, unless but yeah, but pretty much this young mother, or she's pretty much a mother to be. She's having her first child together, and she's like really young, and she even breaks the news to her mom that she's pregnant and she's expecting a kid with and even she was with the father of the kid at the time, and they even like announced it together to her mom, and she was even worried that her mom wasn't going to accept her for um or was it or I was going to say that or she was worried that the mother was going to be kind of upset that she got pregnant and was going to have a kid and things like that. Uh, but the mother was actually coming through it, especially when she saw the look on her daughter's face when she tells her that she's pregnant, and even the mother's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a grandma." So, I mean, so she was like happy and things like that, and she accepted it. And but the mother reminds me a lot of Trish for some reason. I don't know why. I just like like the mother of this woman. I mean, just even the actress, I could picture Trish doing certain things like that the mother in this particular episode is I mean does. Okay, Joe said, children should never die. It's okay, you're looking at something, Alvin. Joe said, night, Alvin. Tell Trish I hope she's okay. Yeah, thank you, Chelsea. And night, Chelsea. Yeah, I really hope Trish is okay. But yeah, this young woman, she was really looking forward to having a baby. She was really happy. She was even counting down the weeks and months that she's been pregnant. She would even sometimes, like, even though she's heavily pregnant, sometimes she would just be laying back and singing, pretty much singing to her unborn child. And I think she was singing like the song, like "My Sunshine," to him. And so it's a really sweet story. But pretty much, but she meets this friend online who pretty much offers to, I guess, like she buys things for Jamie and her mother, and even helps them with trips to I mean, anywhere they need to go, and supplies them with like baby diapers and stuff. She even wants to plan a baby shower for her, because they're like really poor as well. So I mean, they're pretty much as like almost as poor as like pretty much I was gonna say like Trish, like Trish probably is sometimes, or even me. I mean, sometimes, believe it or not, but I don't know. It's just this story just seemed really relatable. So when I was watching it, I was like, it's almost like I know these people somehow. But this story did also. I mean, there's a reason why it was a Web of Lights episode. It also turned pretty tragic. Um, because apparently one day when the mother was going to or where Jamie's mother needed a ride to like the Social Security office because she needed to do something, or or she had an appointment there, and so Jamie offered to give mother a ride to the Social Security office. Then she was going to come back and take Jamie somewhere. They were going to like hang out or something, and. But apparently she had actually took Jamie somewhere and killed her, and then cut her open and pretty much, I guess, cut the baby out of her stomach, and then went to the hospital and claimed that she was going to labor, and that she gave birth to a kid outside or something. Or, I don't know. It was a really crazy story, but this other woman, I mean, who she thought was like, she was like this new friend, basically. So this basically goes in those scenario about some women just wanting kids of their own, and this woman basically did that, but she was like desperate just to have her own kid. That she would literally kill a mother to be, and then basically give the mother give the dead woman a C-section right there and cut out get her baby out, and I guess the baby still survived. I mean, the baby did still survive, and long story short, I mean, she did go to jail and everything, and now Jamie's mother, I mean, Jamie's the woman who got brutally murdered by this so-called friend of theirs, new online friend of theirs, and but now Jamie's mother is the one raising the kid. So, so yeah. I mean, so this episode is really tragic, or really dark and tragic. And this, trying to remember the time period when this happened. I don't know how long ago this happened, but it probably happened within the last 10 to 15 years. So probably mid to like 2000s, maybe. But this episode aired, I think, in 2015, because it was from season 2. But yeah, I think this episode was season 2, episode 10. Okay, I said, oh, well, I remember a story of someone cutting someone's baby from the womb. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, it could have been. I'll be honest with you. Some stories from this series, actually, I do remember the actual story, like when this story broke. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like this may, like I don't know if this will give away like any spoiler for the last two remaining on my list. But let me just say, I put it the number one spot. The reason I put the story I put at number one is because it was a story that I knew right after it happened. Like it was like a breaking news story, and it went in the whole story went viral. And I remember pretty much almost everything from the moment that this was going on. Like this was like the newest story, and that's why I put it number one because it really I feel like it impacted me in ways that you can't imagine. Um, but yeah, if I go on to number two, the one I have at number two on the list, it's actually called Job of a Lifetime. Now, this story is actually about basically, it's about two guys. They were pretty much two older guys, so like in their 40s to 50s. They're pretty much country guys. They got like that, like beards going on, and I mean, they pretty much look like truckers in a way. But they're looking online for a job, and they get this. I guess they're looking on Craigslist, and they find that there's basically there's a ad on Craigslist about this job, about what they would call like a dream job, about pretty much this guy is wanting someone to work at his farm, uh, and that it's going to have good pay and pretty much there's a lot of land. They can pretty much do whatever they want. All they got to pretty much do is just watch the farm, take care of the farm, and maybe feed a couple of cows. But that's about it. And so it pretty much seems like a dream job, at least for I guess farmer type guys or trucker type guys, especially if they're not attached to anyone, because the person who made the ad actually wants to make sure that they're unattached, that they pretty much they're not bringing any family along, because I guess, like, I don't know, that should actually be a red flag right there. Like, what, like, why do you not want anyone to be attached? I mean, it's almost like it's almost like that sounds like dangerous right away. Like, why are they suggesting something like that? Let's see. Uh, I was trying to find this story. I know it took place in like some place where there was like farmland. But I'll try to find what episode this is, because I'm pretty sure, because this episode was also from season two, which I told you, I kind of told you before that those would be a lot of episodes from season two. But this episode is season two, episode 5, and it says unemployed David Pauly applies to a Craigslist ad offering a tantalizing lifeline just as the recession hits. The job sounds perfect, a live-in caretaker for a ranch in Ohio. But just as soon as he is hired, he disappears, and he isn't the first. Now, this episode pretty much ends with one death, but luckily one guy that almost got killed in this whole situation did survive and did get help and everything. I said maybe I'll recognize the story when I watch it. Yeah. True. Elsa, and Elsa. A lot of people have been scammed from ads that was placed on Craigslist. Yeah. That is true. Yeah, this episode, pretty much, let's just say the guy pretty much hired these people, like these guy that said that he owned the farm. He basically, let's just say, he basically hired people so when they would show up, I mean, when they would show up to the job, he would act like he's going to drive them to the farm and show them around. I mean, but he wants to meet them in person at like a restaurant or a Waffle House or a cafe at first. And but yeah, you actually just found the story, like the article. Okay, so this took place in like 2011, and but I guess long story short, here's what it says like on the article. It says Craigslist used in deadly ploy to lure victims in Ohio. And it says it's in Akron, Ohio. They were men thrown hard against the rocks of bad fortune, out of work, their marriages broken, their youth with its possibilities behind them. To their eyes, the advertisement on Craigslist offering $300 a week, a free trailer, and unlimited fishing to watch over a 688-acre patch of hilly farmland and feed a few cows may have seemed like a sign that their luck was finally turning. Let me see. Okay, I was just reading to make sure this was the right story because I don't know, there may be other stories that kind of happen like this because Craigslist scams aren't anything new. I mean, but I guess you even knew that, Elsa. But it basically says, instead, in a scheme to, instead in a scheme so macabre that residents here are already speculating on when it will be turned into a movie script. Yeah, this episode also seems like it could be a movie. Three of the four men, one from Virginia, one from Akron area, and one still unidentified, were lured to their death. Their bodies buried in shallow graves. The fourth man from South Carolina, who was hired and driven to the property in rural southern Ohio, was shot in the arm but escaped and alerted the authorities. The farm was in fact land owned by a coal company. So the farm didn't really even exist. But yeah, the guy they're talking about who was shot in the arm and escaped, he was the one that was telling the story in the episode of Web of Lies. Elsa, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Yeah, that's basically what I've learned too, Elsa. That's basically what I've been told all my life. Like, even my mom used to say that if it sounds too good to be true, it is. But yeah, it says more bodies may still be found as the bogus advertisement, which was picked up by online job aggregators, drew more than 100 responses from Ohio and other states. In Ohio, hit hard by the recession, the abundance of eager applicants poured in by the advertisements has surprised no one, starring talk about the lengths that people will go these days to find employment. People here are desperate for work, said a clerk at a motel in Akron, whose employer did not want him to give his name. The police have suggested robbery as a motive, but other theories have also circulated, including identity theft, and perhaps more chilling, simply a desire to kill. The perpetrators appear to be looking for loners who would not be missed. And then it says law enforcement officials have arrested two suspects, Richard J. Beasley, who was 52, of Akron, and Brogan Rafferty, 16, a high school student from nearby Stowe. So that's the thing. See, this guy, his real name, like the killer, and the guy who created the whole hoax and scam, his name is Richard Beasley, and he's 52. But he literally got, like, he even had his, like, 16-year-old, like, cousin, like, in on the whole situation, or nephew, or yeah, not cousin. I think it was his nephew, or something. And so now, even a 16-year-old, because he was an accomplice and part of this whole scheme, he also got arrested, and I think I think both of them actually got life in prison. So because of this, like a 16-year-old boy probably had no like, I mean, like he probably had no say in whether or not he did this. He probably just helping out his friend and just along for the ride and everything. Pretty much had his life ruined because his uncle did came up with this whole scam and everything, and then they both got like life in prison. So I don't know. That just really sucks. But I think they mentioned that at the end of the episode of Web of Lies. It's just that was actually kind of heartbreaking because it's like because I don't know. It's just 16 is just young. That's when your life is supposed to be like starting. Like your life is still ahead of you at that time. But then just have it ruined like that. Like just one little thing can ruin your whole life. Yeah, Elson. So who was behind the killing? Yeah. I just kind of explained that. Nelson. Good life is justice for killing at least 3 people. Yeah. That is definitely true, Elsa. It's just like I don't know. It's just kind of heartbreaking, at least for the 16-year-old high school student. Like I mean, I can understand why the uncle went to prison because like he was a monster, but he probably was brainwashing his own nephew. So even also 16 is still a juvenile. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what's really crazy. So when I heard that even the 16-year-old high school student got life in prison as well, or at least that's what they said in the episode of Web of Lies. It just I'm like, wow. Like I mean, as bad as it pained me to say this, I felt like that was kind of harsh, especially when the uncle was the one that was the brains of the operation and everything. And I think even the high school student, like his nephew, I think may have had some sort of autism or something. He just did seem like he was all there, if that makes sense. So that's why I think I don't know. That story just was really crazy, and so that's why I actually put it at number 2 on my list. Not to mention, it was very memorable, at least for me. So when I think of the show Web of Lies, this episode always seems to come to mind for some reason, just because of how bizarre and crazy the whole story was. But yeah, this is definitely an episode I wouldn't mind sending to you, Elsa. I mean, I think that you would I don't know, like it in some fashion, even though it's crazy. It's just like really crazy. It's just some psychopaths out there. I said juvenile stupid autocorrect. Yeah, damn you autocorrect. Yeah. Shiloh, what you doing back there in the background?
Martha would me do without you. I see you doing that to me.
Yeah, sucking the Shiloh. The pretty boy. What you hungry there? But yeah, at least I only have like one more episode to talk about. Well, I did have a few, like 3 honorable mentions, but I'm not going to go into detail like about those stories. But I may mention those like for other episodes that I mean you should probably check out, Elsa. I mean, I may read at least what the description says, like on IMDb or something, when I get to the honorable mentions. But yeah. So I guess just let me know when you're ready for me to get to the next story, Elsa. I just need to check my phone real fast. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Elsa, like there's a lot of psychopaths out there. Yep, a lot of psychopaths. Definitely. Which is really crazy, especially when I get to this number 1 episode, the episode I put at number 1. This was the one that kind of just broke my heart the most for some reason. Maybe it's because I felt like when this story was breaking the news in real time, I really was like, not to mention I was with my ex. Okay, I'm not even going to tell what the story is yet. But I'll just go on to say this story happened the first year I was with my ex-girlfriend, the one I always talk about, the Filipino one. When I met her in 2012, like we fell in love online and everything, and started like online dating, long distance relationship in 2012. Where we met in March of 2012, like online on Facebook, and it was in May of 2012 when we started dating, because I always consider our anniversary as like May 16th and 17th of 2012. Well, this story, when this story broke the news, it was actually like October. It was October of 2012. And this was one of the most recent episodes of Web Lies. And I'll be honest with you, I was just curious. I was trying to catch up with Web Lies because I just discovered that they started a new season just like a week or two ago. And yeah, it was pretty much just a week ago that I found out about the new season of Web Lies, so I started catching up. But when I got to this episode, it was like one of the most recent episode at the time, and what inspired me to want to make this list in the first place. It's just this episode had just started. I didn't know who it was going to be about yet. I mean, it pretty much showed like home movie footage of this kid singing a song, and then when it brings in the mother in the picture and they start talking about the story or about the girl, they mention the name, and I even paused it for a second. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I remember that name very well. I remember this because it literally involved a girl that was pretty much around the same age as my ex-girlfriend at the time. And my ex, I don't want to say she was like obsessed or she idolized her or anything, but after the story broke about her death, okay, I'll just mention it because I don't know if you heard this story yet, Elsa, but it was pretty popular back in 2012, at least on the internet, if you were on YouTube or on Facebook back then. But this was the story of a young girl named Amanda Todd. And long story short, she was pretty much cyberbullied online. She was actually cyberbullied very similar in a fashion that the 13-year-old girl who committed suicide from that episode I mentioned last night did. Like, I mean, she was cyberbullied like really bad as well. But her suicide was a little bit more unexpected in a way. Like, I mean, that sounds kind of bad. I mean, because it's just but yeah, Amanda Todd committed suicide in like October 2012. I think it was like October 10th, 2012. And I literally have screenshots of my ex-girlfriend's like Facebook from back then, things she'd posted, and she would post things like please take me with you, Amanda Todd, like, because my ex-girlfriend, believe it or not, was depressed a lot, and I don't know, it's just the concept of suicide in general, just really heartbreaking. But I can't believe they finally did this story. Okay, Amanda Todd doesn't ring a bell. Okay, well, I came close to posting the video on like in the fan club, not the episode per se, but because Amanda Todd actually did. She was slowly starting to become a YouTube star, kind of, where she was trying. Her big dream was to be famous. Okay, I will be honest with you. There's one thing about Amanda Todd that you're gonna be like, why? Like, I mean, because I know you always do like the pukey face and stuff. Whenever me or Trish talk about Taylor, but let's just say Amanda Todd's idol at the time in 2012 was Justin Bieber. She wanted to be like Justin Bieber. She had hopes and dreams of being discovered on YouTube like Justin Bieber. But she's also from Canada. That's the thing. Amanda Todd, I think, also was also from Canada, or she loved to sing the "Oh Canada," pretty much the Canada theme before even doing like singing and doing a video. She tried to do singing. Even Elsa's like pukey LOL Justin Bieber. But yeah, she even had posters of Justin Bieber on a wall. Like they even went into detail like on the reenactments of what Amanda Todd's bedroom probably kind of like looked like, and they show like a poster of Justin Bieber on a wall. Everyone else is like Justin Bieber, double pukey face. But yeah, basically, long story short, Amanda Todd, well, actually, she made a video on YouTube back in September of 2012, literally a month before she committed suicide. And it's just, I remember when the story broke, and like even my girlfriend, she's from the Philippines, lived in the Philippines, never she knew about the story and started sharing things on Facebook about it, about especially about Amanda Todd's video on YouTube, because Amanda Todd had made a video on YouTube that went viral, especially after her death in October 2012. The name of the video was actually something like I think it was like my story, the story of struggling depression and suicide, or something like that. It was she was pretty much trying to send a message out there to people who have been cyberbullied online, and this was her way of trying to get things off her chest. But she did not talk in the video at all. She literally had like cue cards. She literally made like cue cards, or flashcards that she would write on, and she was telling the story by just like showing like the cue cards, like showing it in front of the camera, what it said, and she was like telling her story. And Elsa, how old was Amanda when she committed suicide? I think she was like 16. I need to look up, make sure at the time, but yeah, it said that she was pretty much around the same age that my ex-girlfriend was when we got together and everything. But yeah, this story was really big. It even has its own Wikipedia page, believe it or not. But like, given the title on the Wikipedia is "The Suicide of Amanda Todd." Okay, it says Amanda Todd was a 15-year-old Canadian student and victim of cyberbullying who committed suicide by hanging at her home in Port Coquitlam, a city in the province of British Columbia, Canada. Before her death, Todd posted a video on YouTube in which she used a series of flashcards to tell her experience of being blackmailed into exposing her breasts via webcam. Yeah, this pretty much had to do with like when you're talking to someone online, especially if you're like in a live chat or a video chat or even a live stream like this, and someone even if there's only one person in the comments, just even one person, you think nobody else is gonna see that, and that person like you kind of have a crush on that person, or that you think the person likes you, and they ask you to like flash your boobs or something, like, I mean, like, don't like. Basically, Amanda Todd basically ended up flashing a guy in a live stream or a video stream on some like video sharing site, and she thought that he was the only one watching. And I think less than a year later or something, someone friend requests her or on Facebook or something, and actually tells her that he has a picture of her boobs. And that that if she doesn't put on a show for him, he's gonna share it to everybody online or everybody in her school or something. And so he was literally blackmailing her that pretty much, you do what I tell you to do, or I'm gonna share with the world your nudes, your boobs and stuff like that. I said, wait, what? Who blackmailed her to expose herself? Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm trying to find out. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about the background in the suicide. On September 7th, 2012, Todd posted a 9-minute YouTube video titled "My Story: Struggling, Bullying, Suicide, and Self-Harm," which showed her using a series of flashcards to tell her experience being bullied. The video went viral after her death on October 10th, 2012, receiving over 1,600,000 views by October 13th, 2012, with news websites from around the world linking to it. So, like I told you, this story was really big. So I didn't know if, like where you live, Elsa, if you had known about this or if this story was big. I mean, where you're at, but I know here in America, this story pretty much made the national news. It was really big. Let me see. During the video, Todd writes that when she was in grade 7, which was between 2009 and 2010, around the same time she moved in with her father, she used video chat to meet new people over the internet and received compliments on her looks. A stranger convinced Todd to bare her breast on camera, an exploitative phenomenon known as capping, short for screen capturing. After attempting to do so for a year, he later blackmailed her by threatening to give the topless photo to her friends unless she gave him a show. She also featured briefly on the Fox animated news show Daily Capital on Blog TV in an incident that attracted the vigilant attentions of the group Anonymous after her suicide. An episode of Daily Capital that attempted to take the more high ground, very different in tone from their usual material, was released a month after her death. Todd wrote that during the Christmas 2010 break, police informed her at 4:00 a.m. that the photo was circulating on the internet. She wrote that she experienced anxiety, depression, and panic disorder due to having been sexually exploited online and cyberbullied. Her family moved to a new home, where Todd later said she began using alcohol and other drugs. A year later, Todd's blackmailer reappeared, creating a Facebook profile that used the topless photo as its profile image and contacting classmates at her new school. Again, Todd was teased, eventually changing schools for a second time. She wrote that she began chatting to an old guy friend who contacted her. The friend invited Todd to his house, where they had sex while his girlfriend was on holiday. The following week, the boy's girlfriend and a group of about 15 others confronted Todd at school, shouting insults with the boy's girlfriend punching her. Todd fell to the ground, then laid in a ditch where her father found her. After the attack, Todd attempted suicide by drinking bleach, but survived after being rushed to hospital to have her stomach pumped. It killed me inside, and I thought I was actually gonna die, Todd commented in her video. After returning home, Todd discovered abusive messages about her suicide attempt posted to Facebook. In March 2012, her family moved to another city to start afresh, but Todd was unable to escape the past. According to her mother, every time she moved schools, he would go undercover and become a Facebook friend. What the guy did was he went online to the kids who went to the new school and said that he was going to be a new student, that he was starting school the following week, and that he wanted some friends and could they friend him on Facebook. He eventually gathered people's names and sent Todd's video to her new school, including students, teachers, and parents. 6 months later, further messages and abuse were still being posted to social networking websites, with Todd's mental state worsening. She began to engage in self-mutilation and cutting. Despite taking her prescribed antidepressants and receiving counseling, she overdosed and was hospitalized for 2 days. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, this is a little bit more, but I thought I would take a breath before I read the rest. You said, oh man, people should stop sharing intimate pictures of themselves online or even save them online. Yeah, that's true, Elsa. And maybe when I watch that episode, then I might recognize the story. Oh wow, this story sounds crazy. No wonder it made it to your number one spot. Yeah, well, it made it to my number one spot for a lot of reasons. One in particular is because I actually knew about the story even before this episode. I actually felt like it was a matter of time before they did the story on Web of Lies, but I thought maybe the mother didn't want to be a part of that documentary or share that story. And even when it got to the point of talking about the day, like going through the day, like pretty much going into detail of the day that she discovered her daughter, that she had hung herself, even the mother doesn't like remembering like everything that happened that day. That she likes to remember Amanda Todd as the carefree girl that she is. So towards the end of the episode, she doesn't go into much detail about how she discovered her daughter hanging, but she did mention in the interview in the documentary that what she saw was horrific. Like it was pretty much any mother's worst nightmare, and you can kind of get a glimpse of that when watching that episode that I sent you last night about the 13-year-old girl who committed suicide, because it's very similar in that fashion. Except Amanda Todd, I felt like she was slowly starting. She had more of a following online or something, and she did YouTube videos. When the story about Megan Meyer happened in the early to mid 2000s, or the mid 2000s. So YouTube wasn't like really big yet, and there wasn't really any YouTube stars at that time. But yeah. Yeah, you said these black mellows need to get a freaking life. More people need to see stories like this. It might stop someone from doing something stupid. Yeah, that's another reason why I wanted to bring more attention and exposure to this story as well. In particular, like I told you before, this was the story that I was like, after watching this episode, I was like, I think I know what I want to talk about Tuesday. Like, I want to come up with my own top 10 list of what I consider the top 10 most memorable Web Lies episodes for me. So, I mean, because I really love this show, and it just, every episode is really crazy and suspenseful, and it really makes you think about the world we're living in and the online community, the online world. Yeah, and then you said, yeah, that must have been horrible seeing your child hanging themselves. Yeah, very true. Also, but yeah, this is definitely an episode I definitely recommend for you to watch as well. Elsa, I think this episode actually is on Daily Motion as well, but you could possibly also watch it on because this episode I think is actually one of the few episodes that you can actually watch, I think, for free on on investigationdiscovery.com, because when they actually have every episode from season 1 available to watch, like unlocked. But I think the episode, because this episode is called Webcam of Lies, and it is season 6 episode 8, and it just aired on September 10th. 2019, and they actually have this episode where you can watch it free. I think most episodes, I think you have to sign in to watch or something, but you have to have be a subscriber to Web Lies or something. But yeah, it's definitely an episode to check out. But I think I know why why they have the episode free to watch on the website is because maybe they want more. Maybe they feel like this story needs more attention as well. Maybe they want more people to see this particular episode as well. Oh yeah. Hey Trish, I didn't see you there first. Yeah. Hey Trish, how you feeling? I hope you're feeling better. I said, yeah, that's definitely not a way I would choose to kill myself. Hanging sounds like torture. Just saying, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's why I don't understand why people choose that as the ultimate suicide mission or I guess plan or whatever. Just said, no, still hurts. Even hurts to wear my glasses. Well, damn. Damn the devil. Damn the devil to hell. Like, I'll be honest with you, this is just a little fun fact I just thought I'd bring up. The reason why I say damn the devil all the time is actually, I actually got that, like, it's kind of like a movie reference. I actually got that from a movie starring Brendan Fraser from back, like, in the year 2000. It's a movie called Bedazzled. Also stars Elizabeth Hurley as the devil. And there was actually a scene where Brendan Fraser's character says, damn the devil. Damn the devil to hell. And so that's why I say that all the time. So if you wonder why I say certain things so much, it's mostly like movie reference, TV show references. That's why I say like Giggity from Family Guy, but I don't know, it's just damn the devil. Yeah, I was just like, oh, LOL. Yeah, that was actually a good movie, Bedazzled. I actually like. I think that's a very. I feel like that's a very underrated movie in this day and age. And if I was to make a list of like top 10 movies from 2000s or top 10 movies from my childhood, that that I feel like a lot of people or most people have forgotten were awesome back when they were originally released. I feel like the movie Bedazzled, starring Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley, would make my list. I feel like that's a movie that should never get old. I feel like that movie should be timeless. That's one reason why I feel like that's one movie, because I know that movie is already technically a remake, because there's an original Bedazzled that came out back in like the 70s or 80s. And so technically the one with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley is a remake, but I feel like I would actually be kind of upset if they remake that again, because I feel like the remake with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley is definitely good enough. Like I feel like I don't know, that movie was just perfect in my book, and it was very funny. Mm. Yeah, I heard they want to do a remake of the '80s movie called The Princess Bride. Yeah, I heard that too. But I heard that a lot of fans are kind of upset about it or pissed. Like even Twitter was getting in a frenzy. Like oh no, they better not touch The Princess Bride. Yeah, but I feel like it's inevitable at this point. I feel like they're gonna try to remake almost every movie that's ever been made, at least over the past like 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah, so okay, yeah, I already read that comment. I said I heard they wanted to do a remake of the '80s movie called The Princess Bride. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I read that too. People think Hollywood can't come up with anything original. Yeah, that's true. Well, I think even Disney admitted or said in some interview or something, I don't know, or might have been speculated, but I remember a few years ago, I think I heard Disney said that they want to remake all their, do live action remakes of all their original, classic animated movies. So, so maybe that's why we got like the live action Jungle Book and live action Beauty and the Beast and the live action Dumbo and the live action Aladdin and the live action Lion King recently, and now most recently the live action Lady and the Tramp, which will probably be coming out later this year. Like I haven't heard they want to do a live action Lilo and Stitch. I'm wondering how that movie would turn out, like live action. Oh, and not to mention they're gonna do the live action Milan next year is coming out, and Oh, and they already casted like the live action The Little Mermaid, which would probably be coming out in the next couple of years. Oh, Elsa's like, all of them. That's a lot of movies. Yeah, I agree, Elsa. Well, I think they're thinking about like they're hoping by the year 2030 or something that they would have done live action remakes of all the classic animated movies. So expect a lot more live action remakes over the next 10 years or so. Like now that I think about it, it's like Disney is trying to plan out the next 10 years. Like they pretty much have the next 10 years planned out by what other movies they're gonna remake or something. Yeah, will be interesting to see how they do Mushu the Dragon. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how that would turn out too. But yeah, I can't believe I guess I was finally talking about like my number one pick of the top 10 Web Lies episodes. I guess to finish off what I was reading, it says Amanda Todd was taunted by other students at her school for her low grades, a consequence of a language-based learning disability, and for the time she spent in hospital to treat her severe depression. It didn't really help that after she got out of the school recently, some kids started calling her psycho and saying she had been in the crazy hospital, her mother said. She went to the hospital, she had therapy, she had counseling, she was on a good track. On the day she gets out, that happens. I shake my head and I think, are kids really that nasty? Do they really not think, what if it was them? And then it says on October 10th, 2012, at about 6 o'clock p.m., Todd was found hanging at her home. At the time of her death, Amanda Todd was a grade 10 student at Cabay Secondary in Coquitlam, a school that caters to students who have experienced social and behavioral issues in previous educational settings. So yeah, that episode is just really crazy. So yeah, that's definitely another episode you should check out, Elsa. We loved Mishu so much, we even named our dog Mishu. Oh, that's sweet. Like my sisters and I used to name our pets after pretty much movie dogs or movie cats. Like growing up, one of my sister's favorite movies were like Air Bud, like the movie about the dog who played like basketball and soccer and things like that. But my sister's really into like Air Bud, and then they came up with a spin-off movie series called Air Buddies, and then those Snow Buddies and Space Buddies and Treasure Buddies and Santa Buddies and things like that. And when our dog would have like little puppies, my sisters would name the puppies after characters from the Air Buddies series. Like we named them like Rosebud and Butterball and things like that. It was really funny. And then I guess you could say like we have the cat named Shiloh because we love the movie Shiloh growing up as well. And I've always been a big fan of the Shiloh movies. So I know it's interesting to name a cat after a dog, but yeah, I love Shiloh. I mean, I love the Shiloh movies. There's like 3 of them. Shiloh, then the Shiloh 2, Shiloh Season, and then there's Saving Shiloh. Which I love all 3 Shiloh movies. I feel like those movies are pretty underrated in this day and age too. And then you said, to be honest, I was thinking of suicide too at 16 years old, and all because of being bullied, but luckily I didn't do it. Yeah, that's awesome, Elsa. Well, I guess it's the same thing with my ex-girlfriend, Krista. She that's why this episode meant like just was heartbreak. Like even just start watch it, I didn't even know if I was ready to watch it because I literally paused it when they said the name. I was like, oh crap, I don't know if I can watch this because it really brings back memories, especially memories of me trying to console my ex-girlfriend, and because I was actually depressed at the time, because I'll be honest with you, my life back in 2012 wasn't the best, and that was like the year that my mom finally kicked my dad out, but I didn't have any kind of relationship with my sisters. I felt like my sisters didn't like me and they hated me, and I was just really depressed. And I guess you could say this is one of my darkest confessions, but let's just say in 2012, after the story about Amanda Todd broke, like about her suicide, and seeing how my ex-girlfriend was talking about suicide, I was talking about suicide for a bit there too. And as crazy it may seem, it's almost like I kind of made a suicide pact with my ex-girlfriend at the time that we were going to kill ourselves together just to be together or something. It was almost like a Romeo and Juliet situation, but like really, really dark. They said, you've seen some of those buddy movies. Oh, that's awesome, Elsa. So, what did you think of the buddy movies? I actually really liked them. Or at least some of them. I think maybe a couple of them were kind of corny, but I did love Snow Buddies and like the Air Buddies, and even Space Buddies was pretty cool. I love Benji from the Benji movies. I always cry when I watch Benji the Hunted, which came out in the 80s. Oh my God, Elsa! I loved Benji as a kid. I remember having that on VHS. I think that was the first dog movie I really ever got into. And then I got into like the Homeward Bound movies when they came out, like Homeward Bound 1 and Homeward Bound 2. Elsa said, "What? So glad you're not with her anymore." Yeah, that's true, Elsa. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's why I felt like she was toxic even back then in 2012. Because I don't think I really even thought about suicide that much until I got with my ex-girlfriend, and then she kind of like getting into my head. So I guess you could tell why. But I still talk about it all the time, mostly because I really did love her. I really did care about her. I really did think that we were gonna be together forever, and I thought we got through. We got through some really hard things together. We actually used to help each other, like get through things and talk things out, and we used to pretty much tell each other our deepest and darkest secrets. We used to pretty much tell almost everything to each other. So that's one reason why I knew about like her life and her story, and that's why I even mentioned in one of Trisha's previous streams or one of our previous reviews how the reason I talk about my ex so much is because, like, I felt like we had a lot in common. We had a lot of differences as well, but I was like, I came from a broken home. She came from a broken home. We kind of understood what it was like to feel like an outcast in the family, because believe it or not, I used to feel like I was the black sheep of the family, even though my sister Amy also felt that way. It's almost like both me and my sister feel like we were the black sheeps of our family, especially because our dad literally favored our youngest sister Megan. And they say you shouldn't have a favorite kid, but yeah. But yeah, I'm so glad that. I guess you could say I'm so glad I'm not with her anymore, because I feel like I need to cut all the toxic people out of my life. And I guess she was definitely one of them, but she kind of left me. I didn't leave her; she left me. It was funny. I always felt like the black sheep of the family too. Oh wow, maybe that's why we all get along so well. Just some of the things that Trish has told us about like her family and stuff. I feel like all of us have felt like the black sheep of our family at least one time or another. And it's just like, yeah, find yourself a good woman. Yeah, that's what I always keep telling myself. Like, it's like, where are all the good girls out? Or where are all the good women at? Or the good ladies? Like, so it's almost like everybody is just crazy and psycho. Like I feel like almost every relationship I've been in has been with a psychopath. As bad as that sounds. So in a way, I'm surprised that my life and my family hasn't been in a Web of Lies episode yet, because I keep like indulging in like online relationships. Yeah, and long distance online relationships. Yeah. Where have all the good men gone? With a wink. But yeah, to mention a few honorable mentions. I mean, so I'll give you an idea of other episodes you should probably check out, Elsa. One honorable mention is actually called Farmville Horror, and it's from season 1. And this episode is really dark, really dark too. This was actually from the very first season, and which is, I'll be honest with you, that's one of the craziest, like I guess, funny things about my list is not one episode from season 1 made my top 10, but that's because a lot of episodes from future seasons were just a lot darker and crazy and more tragic, or I felt like touched me more, or had some kind of, or has had some kind of impact on me more than other episodes did. But so I decided to put at least one episode from season 1 on in my honorable mentions, and it's called Farmville Horror, and it was from season 1. It was episode 6. And it basically says on IMDb, when teenager Emma and 20-year-old Sam meet online, Emma thinks she's found love. But when Sam comes to visit, she sees he's not all the boy she imagined. Emma rejects her admirer, and he takes it badly, placing Emma and her family in mortal danger. So basically, you can understand where that episode's going. Basically, this guy can't handle rejection well and decides to kill her and her family. And this guy was literally a psychopath as well. I mean, he was only like 20, but still, it's crazy. Bonnie Tyler song from Shrek. If you were wondering, okay. Yeah, I thought that sounded familiar. Bonnie Tyler song from Shrek. If you were wondering. But yeah, that's definitely another episode you should check out. Elsa is season 1, episode 6. Another episode I have on my top, well, not my top 10, but in my honorable mentions is an episode called Mr. Fix-It, which is from season 2. It's actually season 2, episode 2, and this episode says city girl Leslie Belkin moves south and meets a man on Craigslist. At first, George seems perfect. He's nice and helpful around the yard, but once she discovers his criminal record, she realizes she isn't the only casual encounter George has made online. So yeah, that episode was pretty crazy as well. Yeah, Elsa, why the hell do people want to kill when they get rejected? Yeah, I don't understand that too, Elsa. That's what's really freaky to me. But yeah, she should also check out season 2, episode 2, which is called Mr. Fix-It. Let me see. Another episode. Well, actually, this episode, I actually have an honorable mention as well. This is actually also from season 2. It's season 2, episode 7. And this episode, it says 30. It's called The Perfect Bride, and it says 36-year-old Indy King courts beautiful 18-year-old Anastasia Solivia online. She travels from her home in Kyrgyzstan to Seattle to marry him, but her American dream turns into a nightmare when she realizes that Indor is not the man she thought he was. So it's basically about this guy who gets like his, I guess, kind of like a mail order bride. Like he pretty much finds someone from like another country, like from Russia, or or someplace like that. And she travels to America, and I mean, and they think that's going to be like a perfect relationship, perfect marriage, and then it turns tragic. So yeah, that episode was really crazy as well. Season 2, episode 7. Okay. So you said, isn't there a movie called Mr. Fix-It starring that Boreanaz guy from Angel and Buffy? Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's where they got the title for that episode from. Was from a movie. Was it David Boreanaz? I don't know if I spelled his surname right. But yeah, the episode Mr. Fix-It, that episode was really crazy. In fact, you should probably watch every episode from season 2. I mean, I feel like every episode from season 2 is either in my top 10 or it's an honorable mention. Because that season was really crazy, and I think you can pretty much find every episode from that season on Daily Motion. Like another one that was crazy is actually Pipe Nightmare, which actually comes right after the online education episode about the professor who was being blackmailed and committed suicide. This episode came right after that one, and this is season 2, episode 9. And because the one about the professor who was being blackmailed and committed suicide, that was season 2, episode 8. This is season 2, episode 9, called Pipe Nightmare. And it says Barry Hornstein accidentally detonates a pipe bomb in his own driveway, or detonates a pipe bomb in his own driveway when he kicks a mysterious package. Suddenly, an online terror campaign against his 17-year-old son ensues, leading police to wonder who wants to hurt the Hornsteins and why. See, that one was really crazy. Yeah, even also was like, why would anyone want to be a mail order bride? Yeah, I don't know. That's something I just don't understand either. Just what the hell? It's like we're really just crazy. So pretty much that's an episode of Web Lies for pretty much almost every type of scenario, and they're all true stories. Like, so pretty much every type of situation, every type of online situation, there's probably an episode for like about that, but that brings attention and awareness to the dangers of online and social media and online dating and even becoming a mail order bride, things like that. It damn sounds like I should watch every single episode. Yeah, pretty much. I feel like I should actually put every episode I didn't mention tonight is pretty much an honorable mention. And I really hope that every episode from season 6 will eventually get on Daily Motion as well, or on a site that would be easily for you to access also, or even Trish. Because so far they only got just one episode from season 6 on Daily Motion, which is actually the one I was talking about earlier that I put on my top 10 list. Is called Webcam of Lies, and was season 6, episode 8, and that was the one about Amanda Todd, the suicide of Amanda Todd. But yeah, I'm finally glad I kind of got through my list tonight. I mean, I've been streaming for like almost 4 hours, but I guess it was worth it. So maybe it was a good thing that I started early tonight. Yeah. Is it one specific channel on Daily Motion that has uploaded the episodes, or different ones? I think there was different ones, but some episodes, the video, like the footage, may be kind of blurry or upside down or something. I'm not sure. Like that's not to mention whenever you go to Daily Motion, I guess look for like the length of the episode. If it says the episode, if like the video is like 42, 43 minutes long, then it pretty much has pretty much the whole episode or pretty close to it. But if they show an episode or video and it's like 38 minutes or 39 minutes or maybe even 40 minutes, it probably has at least it probably has like a couple of minutes cut out, and it's probably just the very beginning of the episode. It just depends. That's one reason why I kind of would recommend maybe I could find the episodes for you, Elsa, and then I could just send you the episodes through like Messenger or something, or you could try to find them yourself. It's just you may come across a few videos that don't have the best quality or something. Yeah, well, just Google it. Okay. Well, yeah, this thing you can actually Google it too. I mean, you can Google it or if just look up episodes on Daily Motion. But I'll be honest with you, you can find episodes on other websites. I don't know if you just feel comfortable going to like websites that have like TV shows or movies like online. Because there is some websites like that. It's just I know some people think that it's illegal and stuff, but there's some sites out there that try to imitate Netflix and channels like that. But they may have some episodes of Weblize on there as well. I'm pretty sure you could possibly find almost every episode of Weblize online somewhere. It's just you kind of have to Google it and just search, because it's what I usually do. That's how I found like some of the newer episodes, because not all the newer episodes are on Daily Motion, so I literally had to look for them, like kind of like through Google or something. And then I was like, "Don't worry, I'll find them." But yeah, but when you do, you can, I guess, tell me in a future stream what you thought about them, or something, or maybe when I stream next Tuesday or something, then maybe you could tell me what you thought about certain episodes, or how many episodes you watched by then. But yeah, let me know if you want me to show you or I guess send you some more episodes of the show, just in case. You're curious and you feel like it'll be easier for me to just send you links, but you should pretty much just start. I know you've already seen like 4 episodes so far, but you should pretty much just go back. Just start from season 1, and you could possibly watch every episode from season 1 on investigationdiscovery.com. Because I think they have it where it's available. You could watch every episode from at least season 1 for free, and the episode Webcam of Lies from season 6, which is the story about Amanda Todd. Yeah, so there's one episode I want to send you from the documentary series Unusual Suspects. I just have to find it first. Oh, okay, that's awesome, Elsa. I would definitely love to watch it. I don't even know if I've seen that show, which is crazy because I'm into documentaries. I love documentaries. That's one reason when you or Jerry or someone else would mention about like watching documentaries, or even Robert like watching documentaries, it's like you had me at documentary. I love documentaries, which I felt was also ironic when I made that video when I got Taylor Swift's deluxe edition like CD in the mail, and I made a video I guess kind of like an unboxing video type thing. And I was like, look, I wonder what it could be. And you said I was like channeling like David Attenborough. And I was going to be like, little do you know that I'm actually a fan of David Attenborough. So maybe that wasn't a coincidence. Maybe I'm actually heavily influenced by David Attenborough. Because I love watching nature documentaries as well. So yeah. It's basically about people committing murders that you least expect. Oh, wow. Okay, then I'll definitely like to check it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't believe how long I've been streaming. I may wrap things up probably in the next few minutes, but this has been really fun tonight, Elsa. Yeah, you have your documentary voice, and Trish has her reported voice. Yeah, that's what's funny. So maybe Trish and I, we do have a lot in common. It's like we kind of pull from each other in a way. Like she has she has a reporter voice, and I have my documentary voice. Yeah, this is like, you must be hungry, and Charlotte. Yeah, Yeah, I think so. Well, the Shadow's probably leaving me alone right now. Maybe he went to take a nap. He's like, you're not gonna bother. You're not gonna feed me. You're not gonna pay any attention to me. So I might as well just sleep. That's probably how Shadow's feeling. But yeah, I've been talking a lot. You can probably tell that I'm probably hungry. I've been talking for like almost non-stop for like almost 4 hours. So, but yeah, this has been fun. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I really enjoyed tonight's chat. But yeah, also just let me know if you can even message me on Messenger if you need help finding a certain episode from Web of Lies. But I definitely am curious what you think of other episodes. So yeah, so I guess when you do see an episode or something, and you can always like message me or even just tell me in a future stream what you thought. And but yeah, this has been fun, and I'm glad that you tuned in tonight, Elsa, and that pretty much everybody else I know it's pretty much just me and you now. I think Trish left again. Maybe because oh no, I know she was in pain. I hope Trish feels better. But yeah, this has been fun. So yeah, I think I'll wrap things up now. So yeah, good night, Elsa. And this has been Alvin, and I'm monkeying out. And don't forget to stay sexy. Giggity. Good night, everybody. Yeah, and see you tomorrow. And good night, Elsa. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 of my pretty much my list of my top 10 most memorable Web of Lies episodes. Good night, everybody.